to find water, and some black stuff came out. So why should they investigate what this black stuff is when it's no use to them? Because then it's not going to benefit their life, right? But today, without it, you wouldn't be able to do anything. You wouldn't have electricity, you wouldn't have car, you wouldn't have anything. Why? Because someone thought maybe it's worth to investigate what this black stuff is.
Okay, so we do know one way the sun benefits our lives.
So what is the sun?
So it gives off like energy.
How far away is it made of?
And we can use like solar panels, and we can like.
Yeah, but for how long? For how long, KIMO? How long did that gonna last?
What?
Well,
How long
if
the sun is going? It's a simple question. If it's a something with a given size and made of, let's say, coal that is burning, for how long it's going to burn?
Burning? Who says it's burning?
I don't know. Light. I don't know. What ways you know to make light? Energy.
No. Just say we can use solar panels and stuff.
Yeah, but tomorrow the sun will shut down. What will we do?
That's your problem.
Well, the sun shuts down at night.
Well, what's your answer for that? What's your answer for that?
Switching the burden here.
What's the globe model answer for that? What if the sun shuts down tomorrow?
The sun will shut down, and
what are you gonna think? It's not a globe, right? You're gonna think, what the fuck? It's not a globe. They were lying to me, right?
It was burning for 5,000 years. It's going to shut down any minute, and we won't have light. Why?
Yeah, welcome to flat Earth.
What are you talking about, Chuck?
I'm talking about the sun, KIMO. I don't know.
Tomorrow you can't
end tomorrow.
You're the one saying that the sun is going to shut down, so explain it.
Possible.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, if everyone knows that in 2100 the sun will end, there will be no more sun, there will be no more war.
I think he's referring to...
Everything is going to end at 2100.
Yeah, but that's still your problem, then. I don't see how that involves anything.
I think Little J is referring to solar eclipses, and he calls that the shutdown of the sun. Boo-hoo, scary.
Yeah, that's like a globe model problem, isn't it? How do you explain that?
What's the problem? We can explain eclipses and predict them.
Well, Chike is the one saying the sun is going to shut down tomorrow.
Maybe I said it.
So if it shuts down tomorrow, welcome to flat Earth.
I think it was you, Little J. The only one who says, what if
I'm saying it's not my problem, it's yours.
Relax, it was me. I said, why shouldn't we...
Alright, if I'm in Chile and I go to Antarctica and I keep going south, like you're looking at your ball, where am I going to come back out? I'm going to come back in Russia, right?
Told you, home. You come back home.
No.
Yes. Any direction you go, if you keep going, you come back home.
Well, can you tell me why it matters that it's a ball? Can you tell me? I mean, if it's not a ball, wouldn't you like to know that it's not a ball?
It matters if you want to make a map and go somewhere rather than sitting on your ass and imagining communist bullshit there.
It's not true.
Ding, 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 ding.
It's not
What'd
true.
You say?
You got to remember, the whole world, everything you inhabit above sea level is considered flat. And I know that you guys don't like to have
David, you're breaking up.
Conversation.
David, you're like a robot.
Communists have gotten to his internet connection.
They're infiltrating, David. They're infiltrating.
Do you know it took the 1700s took them less time to map the America than it takes you guys to even be on doing your flat Earth? You haven't come up with a map yet?
All right, Tom. Let's not talk about poetry. Let's talk about what we can actually demonstrate. All right.
Yeah, let's do that. What's going to happen tomorrow with the eclipse? Tell me about that.
What's up?
Tell me about
Let-
the eclipse.
What's up?
Tom, let's talk.
Tell me about the eclipse, you fag.
Tom.
Yeah, tell me the eclipse tomorrow.
Now let's
Tell me about the eclipse. Can you do that?
stop freaking out, Tom. Okay.
That is a
tell me
nice
what you
impression of KIMO.
Kimo, I tell you what you can do. You go to what is in Winter Hill tomorrow, and look to the Isle of Man and see what you see. See how it looks like. Do you look up to the Isle of Man? Do you look down to the Isle of Man? Which mountains that are higher than you are lower than you? You can do it tomorrow.
Look, we're just trying to demonstrate that you've been lied to.
You said
Right?
you said what can we do? I tell you what you
Can't do
can
nothing.
do. Get in your car,
Yeah.
go on that hill.
The Earth is flat. I can
with
map
a
the flat Earth in a
telescope,
day.
GPS to
Look-
get there.
Uh-huh.
You
Good
can
luck
map the
with that.
flat Earth in a day.
Good luck with that. Flat earthers keep telling us they don't have a map or
You
a
can
model
map the
for a
flat
reason.
Earth in 24
Hold
hours.
on, we've got a.
Have you got anything else to
Right, you got
say?
Hold on a second. We've got Card Jazza. Welcome, Card Jazza 8. What brings you to the server?
Really?
Hi, check your mic? Check your mic.
Hello.
Hi, we can hear you. Yeah, how did you find this server?
I searched it up, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So what's your view on the Earth and the shape and where we live? What do you think?
I think it's round, not flat.
Okay. Nice thought. How have you proven this thought of yours?
Well, I thought, how do orbits work? If
No.
the world-
You're saying that you think. So don't ask me. Just tell me how you know it, or how you think it's a board. What makes you think this?
Oh, well, you can see, like, satellite imagery and
Mm-hmm.
images from, like, the Apollo missions.
Okay.
You can see the curvature of the Earth, and it
Those are
seems round.
cartoons.
Hold on.
Those are cartoons.
Whoa. Hold on. Let's warm welcome and all that
Stop
stuff.
fucking pretending those are cartoons.
Oh, for goodness
Pretending
sake.
this fairy tale that these are CGI
Cartoons.
cartoons forever.
They're cartoons.
Okay, Car Jazzer. So you're saying there are satellites. What else?
Card Jazza, how old are you?
Look, don't worry about that. Let's just focus on what.
If you're not over 18, you're not allowed on this server.
Yeah, they're over 18. They're fine. So, Car Jazzer, look.
We don't know that, Kimo.
What's happened to them? Oh, they've gone. Why did you do that,
Well,
McFudge?
maybe he's under 18, Kimo.
What do you mean? How do you know that?
We don't know, but they know. And if they left, maybe because they were told you're not allowed to be here if you're not over 18, they left.
No, that somebody kicked them.
No, because of the
Is
evidence.
that reasonable thinking for you, Kimo?
Yeah, they were kicked.
No kick.
Yeah, that's what
The
happened.
What they-
evidence indicated that they were probably under 18.
There was no evidence to indicate that.
Their voice is evidence. That's just one piece of evidence.
That is not evident.
It is
Right.
evidence.
Who kicked them, Kimo?
I'm not sure.
We'll check it out.
It's not concrete evidence, but it's evidence.
No, that's not evidence. That's your opinion.
No, that is evidence. The fact
a
that
young
you
man's
say it's
voice.
not evidence is your opinion.
Opinions are not evidence. It's just feelings.
Yes, Kimo, you're displaying your opinion right now, your feelings.
If
Let's
you're
see.
somebody and they sound like a woman, that's evidence that they're a woman. Now, they could be a male with an effeminate voice.
Yeah,
But
that's
it is evidence.
that's your opinion. Not
So
evidence.
that's that.
No, it's true. I can agree that people can sound younger than they are. That's okay. Let's examine the evidence. Who kicked them?
One piece of evidence is indicating they're young.
Well, they're not here now, so let's move on.
No, no, because if they were told they are not allowed to be here, if they're not over 18, and nobody kicked them, I'll suspect they took the hint and left.
That was the second piece of evidence. When they were told that they had to be 18 to be here, they left. So you got two pieces of evidence. So fuck off, twat.
Yeah, that's your opinion. Another one of your stories.
Yeah. You got nothing but stories, crap nugget.
Just like the globe is a story. It was an
Yeah,
interesting story because they had lots of elements to the story. Tales
You
of
ain't got shit.
space
You
travel,
ain't got fucking shit.
tales
It's a
of
lie.
planetary traveling. And now you all look pretty silly for believing that, right? Who feels silly today?
Yeah.
I feel silly for arguing this.
Yeah, who feels
It
silly
really
today?
is fucking ridiculous, KIMO.
So you don't feel silly for believing something that doesn't exist?
No, I feel silly for arguing with you about it.
But what about believing something that doesn't exist?
Like God?
Do you believe in God?
Absolutely not.
Did you believe in God?
I was indoctrinated.
No, but did you
But
believe?
once I could think,
But did you
once I
believe?
think for myself, believe,
Yeah.
because I was told there is God.
I didn't ask you that. I asked you if you did you believe in God?
I said yes because I was indoctrinated. Once I was a free thinker and could think for myself and decide whether I believe in God really or not, then I decided
How did you
there's no point
how did
in
you
believing in God.
how did you disprove God?
I don't disprove God. I just don't have a proof for God.
Well, yeah,
Therefore, I don't
you know,
believe in it.
how do you have a creation without a creator?
Who said there was a creation?
I'm asking you a question. How do you have?
I'm asking you a question. How do you know there was a creation?
Because I've never known something to be created without a creator.
I don't know that anything was ever created.
That's what I'm asking you. How did this earth get here?
Now, I'm asking you, KIMO, how do you know that anything was ever created?
Because we can see the creation.
We don't see the creation.
What do you see?
Circular reasoning.
Well, what do you see?
We see nature.
Who created that?
Someone created it.
Who created it?
I didn't say anyone created it. That's your claim.
What
not
created
mine.
it then? How did it get there?
I didn't say it was created, KIMO. Are you deaf?
So who? How did the nature get there?
I don't know. It was here.
Is it flat?
That's what I'm saying. That's a stupid way of thinking. You have
No,
nature.
that's your stupid way of thinking because you don't know anything about anything. So, what you're thinking? If I see something, it was created.
Yeah. When do you know of something created without a creator?
Well, I don't know about anything being created.
You're the
It's
one.
funny how it's flat. Funny how it's flat, right, Patrick?
KIMO, you're the one requiring. You're the one requiring a creator for things.
It's funny
to
how
exist.
it's flat. You know.
Okay, well, congratulations, dude. Shut the fuck up. You're the one that. KIMO,
yeah.
why are you requiring or presupposing that a creator is needed for things to exist?
Things don't just come out of nothing.
No one said things come out of nothing.
Did? Where did it come from?
Through natural process.
Where did that come from? Aha!
Who said that it needs to go any farther?
You can't get out of this.
There's no aha. There's no aha.
You can't get out of this. Whatever you're talking about.
A creator through natural processes.
What is
for
that? What does that mean?
Exist.
Natural processes. What do you mean by that? What does that mean? You know what that means? What does it mean?
He says the four
Yes, I know exactly what it means in the context of which I'm using it.
What does it mean then?
He says the four fundamental forces. Four fundamental forces. He says. That's what he tries to say. That basically creates the universe.
KIMO, have you seen anything ever created?
Right, I can't. You're so silly. Unbelievable.
Why
No,
not?
answer the
Because
question. Have you seen it?
Have you ever seen something created?
Yes.
I have
Yeah.
it.
Like a
I have.
like a painting.
Like
Well,
what?
no, that's
not
just
a painting,
using
it's someone
something that already
saying.
exists to and transferring
You
from
mean
one
like
thing to
a
another.
piece of music?
Yes,
Well,
you're taking one thing and changing it from one
I have
to
seen
another. That's
I
not
have seen somebody
creating.
create a piece of music. Yeah.
How
Didn't
about a
exist
tree?
before. It was an original.
not a
You see?
You're
No,
not
it's
Trying to
you're not
outsmart a
create
flat
you're not
earther.
creating
So like
making
music or
music
art.
is not creating something. All you're doing is taking notes, something that was already there, and or a string, let's say a guitar, and plucking the string. So you're transferring from one thing to another. You're not creating
Where did the note come from?
anything.
Where did the note come from?
From the
natural
string.
forces.
Where did the string come from?
The guitar maker.
See? Was
From the
created.
You're not
Kimo.
saying anything.
Kimo, you can
Because
trace.
there's a pause there, you think you won something.
All right.
But
so where
their
did the
answer is
string
coming
all
through
right,
your.
Okay, let's keep going. Where did the string come from?
Kimo, you will always be able to trace where the string came from.
Where did it come
And
from
it
then?
from at the end, it came from the ground.
And where did that come from?
I don't
there.
know. It was
Oh,
there.
it just came
Kimo.
from nothing. It was just there, yeah?
I don't know. It was there, Kimo. I didn't see anyone create it.
Right, so we do know that things cannot just come into existence like magic.
No, we don't, because I just
Okay,
asked
show
you,
me
have
something
you
coming into
seen
existence
anything
like
come
magic.
into existence
Show me,
that
give me an
wasn't
example
there
then.
before?
Give me an example.
Hey, Kimo, hold on. Let's do this. So, hey, Kimo, where did your God come from?
It is and always was.
Ooh.
No,
I just said God is and always was.
See,
You know,
what you
we
did?
got
try
you,
and
Kimo.
do this infinite regression back on humanity,
No.
but you're going to try and special
Why do you
plead,
ask
therefore
where
your
God
God has
come
already
from?
existed.
Why do you ask
Why you
where
ask
God
where
come
Earth
from?
came from? Why do you ask where anything came from?
Because the beginning
Okay, well,
is
hold
with
on.
God.
So with that, I can answer that the Earth has always been here.
Always been here. The earth has always been here. Yeah?
Well,
Yep.
not in the form of Earth, maybe, but it was here all the time.
Oh, just like that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep, just like that.
What
That's
do you
not-
say?
That's not supernatural. No cause
Why do you
of that.
say
No,
where
it's very
God come
natural,
from?
Kimo. It's very natural. It was always here.
No,
Why do you
nothing
say
nothing
where
is
God come
always
from?
here. Everything falls away. How can anything be always here? That is natural.
Kimo,
Well, we're asking you.
until you call Sky Baby.
Asking you that same question. How? Because if you want to
Hold
play
on a
the
second,
whole,
Pure. You're not letting me
my
respond
my
here
God
now.
is eternal.
Hold on a second. Let me respond. So, Chaiki, if the Earth was always here, what's the Big Bang all about?
Right.
Huh?
Was always
So
here.
14.5
was
million years ago,
very-
you said the
What,
Earth...
that-
Chaiki, let me speak. Making me shout.
To answer.
Okay, so I'm saying, you
You
said
asked
the
me
Earth...
what the Big Bang was all about.
You
So
said-
once it was,
You said the Earth was
everything
always
was
here, but the Big Bang happened 14 billion years ago. Was the Earth
Yep.
created 14 billion years ago?
no.
Could have been.
Now, Chaiki, if the Earth wasn't created 14 billion years ago, why did you lie and say it was always here?
It was not created for
Well, that
years ago.
that
It was
wasn't
there for
the Earth wasn't
14
explained that
billion
way.
years ago.
So the Earth was always here 14 billion years ago.
I told you in different forms, but yes.
Yeah, the Earth. So what form was the Earth in 14 billion
Yeah,
years
it
ago?
wasn't Earth. It wasn't Earth.
Huh?
It was something else that turned into Earth.
Yeah, what was it, Chaiki?
I don't know.
Energy.
See, because that's what you don't get about the
Probably.
Big Bang Theory. Kimo, shut the fuck up. You think the Big Bang Theory is how the universe was created. It's not. It's an explanation how
Like
the
you lied.
universe, not
You said the
shut
Earth was
up,
always
Kimo.
here.
Stop making me shout. Stop making me shout. It's an explanation of how the universe went from a hot, dense state to a cool, steady state.
You don't know where
which
it came
we're in.
from.
Shut
you don't
up,
know where
kid.
God
I don't
came
know who
from.
I don't know who you are, but shut the fuck up.
Anyway,
Stop shouting random questions over an explanation that I'm trying to give someone else, not you. So when you know what the Big Bang Theory is, then come and challenge us to what the Big Bang Theory says.
Pikey lied. Pikey said the Earth was always here.
It very well could have always been here. KIMO?
Yeah.
So,
KIMO.
so what's the big?
Until
So what
you
about
said
the?
it,
So what about?
listen, KIMO.
So what about?
KIMO.
Goodness sakes, Chikey, let me respond to something. So the planets, pure, were they always here at the same time as the Earth? Which is older? Which star is older? Which star is more recent? Which one was always here? Which one is new? How does it work in your model?
The all were always here, not in the form they are now. KIMO.
The 16 billion years ago, what was here? 16 billion years ago, what was here?
Singularity,
See,
KIMO.
they can't do it. Because they don't know how to do it.
What was here 16 billion years ago?
Energy.
Where was the Earth?
It was in the form of energy, KIMO.
What kind of energy? Show me what type of energy.
Light, I don't know.
Light, you
Light,
don't
I
know.
don't
The
know.
Earth was light 16 billion years ago.
Energy, yes.
This is what I mean. Like they're so inconsistent with their logic that they don't even want to concede.
You're a liar, Chike. You lied to me by saying the Earth was always here.
Hold on. Maybe it was just easy to say that when I said that the Earth was always here, I misspoke. Maybe it's
No,
easy
he
to admit
lied.
that you was
He
wrong.
lied because he said the Earth was always here, and I'm asking him 16 billion years ago. Now he's saying the Earth was light, energy.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there to see what it was. But KIMO, until you're Sky Daddy, come and pop another Earth near us.
You lied.
From
You said
nothing,
the Earth was
from the
always
absolute
here.
nothing, he pops another Earth or a planet or something. Until then, I haven't seen anything being created. It was always here.
Yeah, that's a lie,
It wasn't
Chike.
always here, but it wasn't always here.
16 billion years ago, where was the Earth? You said it was light. What are you talking about?
Yeah, it was energy.
Go ahead,
pure
Brummy,
energy.
because he's making me shout. He's lying straight in our faces here.
Neither one of you
no.
believe mainstream science, so how the fuck do you know
Yeah,
that
these
it's
are
not always been?
theories.
You always say that they're lying.
No, Chike
So
is
how the fuck
lying.
do you
Chike
know?
said the Earth was always here.
Yeah,
Yep.
KIMO.
Very well could have been.
They investigating because we
Very
don't
well
know.
could have been.
We don't know at those energy how the physics works. We still don't know. We know some
But you're saying,
until some
Chike.
point, but not behind it.
Yeah. Let me ask you a
Under
question.
investigation.
Let me ask
Which
you another
planet is
question.
older? They're investigating Mars now. There are other planets. We will find out eventually which planet formed first.
So you're saying the Earth was here before the Big Bang.
Everything
Well,
was
you don't believe
before
the Big Bang. You don't believe in the Big Bang.
Everything was here before the Big Bang, Chike, yeah?
Yes.
You don't believe. Hold on. You don't believe the
Hold
Big
on.
Bang.
Hold on.
KIMO.
So, Chike.
No, not hold on. You're not going to sit there and
You know Chike's messing up big
pretend
slightly here.
that you believe something that you don't.
It's embarrassing you Globers like you can't believe, and that's why
You're
doing it.
not. You're embarrassing
So
yourself.
how was the Earth here
Because
before the Big Bang?
you don't believe the Big Bang, so
Chike said the Earth was here 16 million years ago, before the Big Bang.
16 million? Yeah, that it's been here for more than 16 million.
Billion. 16 billion years ago, Chike says the Earth was here.
In a fashion.
Oh, you agree with Chike that the Earth was here before the Big Bang,
You might
yes?
want to ask me what I mean by in a fashion.
So the Earth was here before the Big Bang, yeah?
The energy from that the Earth is made of was here in some form.
Can we just clear up, Chike, what you're saying? Before the Big Bang, there was an Earth. In a different form. In light, is what you're saying. The Earth was light before the Big Bang.
light, matter, yeah, energy. some form of matter.
I
Yeah.
think this is too complicated for KIMO's mind to process.
Yes, exactly.
So before the Big Bang, Chaiki,
Hurting
there
his
was
head to
light.
think about.
Yeah, is what you're saying.
Okay, KIMO, just so you know, when it was
Chaiki,
here
look how
a
they're
long time
saving you,
ago.
Big Styly, because you've made a massive error, right? All of them are trying to protect you because you sound completely like a lunatic.
Hold on,
No,
KIMO.
Someone sounds like a lunatic.
The
yes,
Earth
Kimo.
was
We
here
agree.
before the Big Bang,
We agree that
Chaiki.
at least one person on this call sounds like a lunatic. We all agree to that.
Well,
Mhm.
do you agree now then
there
with
was
Chaiki? How much are you going to defend Chaiki? So
What
do
can
you
you
all
do,
here
fellow
agree
lunatic?
that the Earth was here before the Big
Well,
Bang?
now there's two people sound like a lunatic. Okay.
No, you sound like a lunatic. You're the lunatic in here, not me.
Sure.
You're
Whatever
the
you need to
So
believe,
Mackie,
as you laugh like a lunatic. Yeah.
Mackie, could you agree with Chaiki that the Earth was here before the Big Bang?
I'm mute when you're
No, no,
laughing.
no.
Can we have people muted for laughing?
Oh man,
Actually,
so
I'm not
Mormon
looking-
agrees
I
that
mean,
the
I'm
Earth
looking
was
at it.
here before the Big Bang. Chaiki thinks the Earth was here
Exactly
before
that.
the Big Bang. Mackie, do you think the Earth...
That's not what he said. I'm not going to play
Well,
the game,
I'll
Kimo.
stand
Yes,
behind
you
it.
are.
I'll stand behind it. Look, all we know is that things tend to other things through natural processes.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of form or where Earth came from or what it was before, but well, I say I never seen anything being created.
Yeah, but you
Well,
say...
it was a sun, then it was another sun. We're supposed to be third generation star. So it was at least that before. At least that's the claim.
Our son's third generation?
Yeah, I think
I didn't know that. Cool.
they had the elements.
Huh.
I think they count them in reverse, like first the generation is the sun and third is the first star. Not sure.
So can we just clear this up, Chaiki? The Earth was always here and before the Big Bang, 16 billion years ago. Yeah?
Kimo, there's no way you can phrase it you will be able to understand, man. You just can't understand it. You're not capable.
Well,
I don't know why people keep trying to explain this stuff to you. You're just too stupid to learn.
Seems like he's just trying to put words in a Chike's
I'm trying
mouth.
to get you lot to
You can't understand the
concede to what you,
So, I mean,
I'm trying to get you lot to concede your own rhetoric because you guys keep like double speaking and you know you're saying that the Earth was always here when you know it wasn't because
I
if
don't
you
think
believe the
that's
Big
what
Bang,
he actually said.
he did
the
say
Earth
that.
obviously wasn't here. The Earth
But
was
it
obviously
is
not
what
always
they
here.
heard
In its-
because they're
in
not
its
smart
current
enough to understand
form.
the difference.
The
Did he
Big Bang,
say in
the
its
Big
current
Bang,
form?
No.
Did I
No,
say
he didn't. Of course he
the Earth
didn't.
wasn't
But
always
they
here.
can't understand
The
that.
Earth
not
wasn't
in the
always
current
here.
form?
The Earth wasn't always here, boys. Get it into your head. Come on.
No,
Stop
according to
fucking around.
Chaiki,
The
it
Yeah,
Earth
was.
wasn't
I'm
always
sorry,
here.
Brummy, if you don't understand it, man. It must be
The
tough
Earth
going
wasn't
through the
always
world
here.
not
The
understanding
Earth wasn't
anything at
always
all.
here.
Probably means the particles that made up the Earth were always here, not the Earth in
No,
its current
not even
form.
that. Not even that.
Not even
Oh,
that.
he doesn't mean that. So stop putting words in his mouth, B-boy.
The energy.
He doesn't
The
mean
energy.
that. He's saying
The
the
energy of the
Earth
particles,
was here
that's what he
before
means.
the Big
The maths
Bang.
that makes it up.
But in the
That's what he
beginning,
means.
before
Come
the
on, guys.
beginning, we had an Earth.
No, that's
The
not
Earth
what he
obviously
meant.
wasn't there. The Earth obviously wasn't where it was. So let's just
What
concede the
made
obvious
the
point to the table.
what made the Earth was always there.
But the Earth wasn't where it was, okay? It wasn't there. It wasn't
Yeah, of course
materialized.
it was. It wasn't Earth. It wasn't sand. It
It
wasn't
wasn't
rock.
there.
It
So it wasn't
wasn't
always
anything
there,
like
then
we
was
see
it?
now.
Because it wasn't there. His point was the Big Bang disproves it being always there because it wasn't.
Okay, look.
Yeah.
That's what that's
Let's
It was
continue.
craftily made.
Let's continue. You said the Earth was light. Where did that light come from, Chaiki?
I don't know, Kimo.
Did it
This
just
is
did?
on
Okay,
the
look, listen. Did the light?
investigation,
You're arguing,
Kimo.
Kimo, you're arguing for things that none of us can actually verify.
Well, he's
Well,
saying
no
that.
one- the point,
No one,
the
not
point,
just
the
us,
line
no
of
one.
the line of this argument was to watch the double standard, in which so he's going to infinitely regress until we don't know and go aha. Then when asked about his creator or the thing that he requires everything to be, he'll go. Therefore, it's always been there.
No, what we're saying is you've woke up into a world.
Yes,
you've just gone,
it's exactly what he
You've
said.
woke up into a world and you've just gone, oh, it was just here all along, and you've just ignored the fact that obviously it's created.
No,
Obviously it's fucking created.
not
Obviously
created.
You ignored it.
Obviously it is. Look at
Obviously
it.
No,
it's
nobody,
not.
nobody
Dynamic
ignored it.
system. The dynamic
Obviously
system
it's not.
that holds
The
forth life.
the energy. Hey, Brummy, shut the fuck up. Because it's not created nor destroyed. It's just the energy used to, and that is always transferred.
You're living in a world, a dynamic system that's been created, and you're just denying that it's just.
No,
it was
you
here.
don't know what a
Therefore,
dynamic system
God didn't make
is.
it. It wasn't made for me. I've just got a lovely
Show
apple
me.
pie in front of me. A lovely
Guess
apple
what?
pie that wasn't made.
Well,
An apple
no,
pie
show,
that wasn't
so
made.
show me the baker. If you're saying that it was created, then show me the fucking baker, and
Well,
and
the
I'll
baker-
agree with
the
you.
baker- Well, the baker, as obviously, is not the cake, is it? We are the cake.
It's cake.
No, oh, now it's cake.
It's
cake. At first it was pie. Now it's cake. So show me the
This is
baker.
cake.
We are the pie.
Show
we are
me
the cake.
the show
We
me
are
the
cake.
show me the baker. Show me the baker, and you're
How
good.
can a baker? How can a cake? How can a cake relate to a baker?
They don't know how to bake a cake.
How can I tell a cake?
Who is this guy?
The cake.
Rami,
talks
I
to
found
human
a really
beings.
cool video that you might be interested in. This
The
has
cake talks. The
the,
cake talks to cake
the
maker.
universe and where it came from. It's I enjoyed it.
They need a baker to bake the cake.
Here we go.
Well,
How does a cake talk to a cake maker?
All right.
we're not the cake.
Let's move
we're independent
forward.
of the cake. You said the universe is. You said the Earth is. So in that instance, instead of trying to find a way to go, we're the cake.
We are part of the creation, are we not? Are we part of the
Well,
creation?
hold on a second. Let me. I want to ask some more questions about
No,
this.
we're not.
This Big Bang. So, Chaiki, look, life. Okay, when the Big Bang happened, was there life?
No.
Unlikely.
So there was no life when the Big Bang happened. Was there life before the Big Bang, Chaiki?
No.
Let Chaiki
possibly.
answer it, please.
I don't know, KIMO. What was before the Big Bang?
So there could be life before the Big Bang, is what you're saying.
No.
No.
I don't know.
Moyak,
Maybe.
I'm not asking you.
Moya,
Chaiki's got the idea that things happened before the Big Bang. I'm asking him, was there life?
They always hit.
Yeah, life was
There
always
was
here.
always-
That's what I'm asking. Was life always here before the Big Bang?
We can't talk about before the Big Bang, KIMO.
Well, you did. You said the Earth was
don't
here before
know.
the Big Bang. But let's
We
move
don't
forward.
know what was here.
I'm asking
before
about when the
Big
Big Bang happened. Was there life at the same time?
No, at that moment, no.
What? How long before life appears?
I don't know.
Okay, so what would make
There's
the life
billion
then? So
minus
hold on.
3, 10
Listen.
billion years.
There's no life. How does life, sentient stuff, come into existence at this point?
True.
well, the first life wasn't sentient. First off,
All right, fine, but the life. How does life? When life.
Mechanical though, right?
Alive.
It's still a mechanical thing, operational, functional thing. For it to be considered to be light, it's going to be a functional thing that's been put together. But obviously, it's put itself together in your world. So how do dead things put themselves together to make life things?
nothing was dead. Even
So
single
everything
cell,
was alive.
single cell organisms. There
Chaiki,
was
look.
nothing
Can you let
that was
Chaiki
dead.
answer, please? Chaiki, is the universe alive?
What?
The universe, the Big Bang. I'm trying to figure out what is alive and not alive in your view. But is the Big Bang? Do you consider that being alive?
A lie?
Alive.
Living.
Alive.
Is the universe living?
Why would it be a lie?
I don't know. I'm asking you how you see it about
What
life.
do they hide now? What do they try to hide now?
Chaiki, very simple. Was there life with the Big Bang? You said no. I'm trying to figure out when life began.
Because we
And
know
did it happen by magic, or how did life appear on this no life system?
You've been told before through natural processes.
Like what?
Chemistries.
Why aren't new humans being created then?
They like to to create other humans.
No, through your method.
myself.
Through
They
your
don't know how to
method.
create worlds.
Through your method, Chaiki, why isn't life being made that way again now today?
How do you know it's not being made that way?
You don't know how to create a world. You haven't created a world yet.
Yeah.
I
How long do
can.
you think it would take for life to just form by itself? How long do you think that would take?
That's what I'm asking Chaiki.
It took
Probably take a
approximately
really long time, right?
evidence right now. I
You
believe
need a
the top
seed.
what
You
is
need
it,
a you need a
11
seed, Chaiki. You need a seed for plant life. Yeah.
Hey, Chemo. You just talked right over Moyak's entire answer. Shut the fuck up.
approximately 11 billion years ago, or it took about approximately 11 billion years for life to spawn, at least on this little corner of the universe.
Yeah. We already know Moyak's stories. I'm asking about Chaiki's story. I've never heard before
Well,
the Earth.
they're
I never knew the Earth existed before the Big Bang before.
Quick math I did was 10 billion years.
Well, I didn't know that the Earth existed before the Big Bang.
I said not in its current form, Kimo.
Yeah, but
Oh,
it was.
we're just gonna stick on.
You
We're
look
gonna
like
stick
a
on that.
round ball with
Stick on that
water.
straw man you just built.
No.
Really a straw man. Or is it chemos?
So on that Earth, that was before the Big Bang, no life. Now the Earth is an
Chemo,
Earth.
that's not what he said, Chemo.
No, there was
Who's
no
saying that?
on Earth.
He said that Earth was light.
What about the
So
fact that
wasn't
your
it money?
what about the fact that your great 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 grandma was a Cro-Magnon woman?
So Chaiki,
I think your
Chaiki,
You'd have to go back a lot more grandmas than that.
Chaiki, we're trying to figure out when life appeared and if it was created or just spontaneous.
Cro-Magnon
Nothing is
man was here like
created.
500 years ago.
Okay, it wasn't
Everything comes
created.
from
Fine.
Earth.
So tell me, how did life appear on the Earth?
Well, natural process, Kimo,
Which is what? What's the process?
which is quantum mechanics, chemistry, anything you want.
Yeah, but if
All
you know
that.
this, if that's true, what you're saying, you should be able to replicate it, right?
Do you think people still have Cro-Magnon DNA in them, and there are actual Cro-Magnon people walking around today that act like modern human?
It's kind of like you, isn't it, David?
No, I mean, I don't see why these Cro-Magnon people would just disappear. I mean, they would still be walking around.
David, hold
right?
on a second. We're just focusing on life and how it appeared on the Earth.
Do you want the theory, or do you want
I want to know about his great grandma being a Cro-Magnon woman living in a cave.
Do you want to know
Dave,
about
I think
the theory? Because I mean, the theory
Dave.
has.
Yeah, but we can't have two conversations at the same time, David. Let's just
Dave, yeah,
finish
you're
this
butting
one.
in on their conversation, Dave. Come on.
Let's just finish this one, David,
go
then we can
ahead.
get to your one, all right?
You want the theory, Chemo?
No, I want, if Chaiki knows how it happened, he should be able to replicate it.
Sounds like a theory.
I don't want his theory and what he thinks. I want what he knows about
So
how
now if I
life
know,
appeared.
I need to replicate it.
Sorry?
If I know how it happens, I need to be able to replicate it.
Absolutely. Otherwise, you're just guessing.
Well, replicate God.
so-
I want
You're
to
too
see-
scared. You're too scared to create your own world.
Replicate God.
Hey, Chemo. Hey, Chemo. Replicate your god. I'm waiting.
Chaiki, now this life on the Earth.
Well, no, this is a standard of what you have. So if you know it to be true, you should be able to replicate it. Come on.
Well, I'll tell you the process.
Oh no! Replicate it. Don't tell me the process. Replicate it.
Well, God is here right now with us. You see him?
Do you?
Okay, no, we're not schizophrenic.
No, well, you're not replicating
We don't
the
have
process.
paranoid hallucinations, so we don't see any fucking god next to us.
Well, you're not replicating the process. That must mean that I don't know what I'm talking about, right? The Chaiki, if you know what you're talking about, what process
replicate your
happened
god.
for life,
Come on.
and can you replicate it?
Replicate your god, Chemo. Replicate
See,
your god.
you see,
Come on.
Chaiki, they want me
I'm
to
waiting.
you see, that's the position we're in. If we make wild claims like this, we should be able to replicate it if we know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
So go on and explain how life got on the board. No life. You said life wasn't there at the Big Bang, but then all of a sudden life was on the board.
We're asking you. You're avoiding. Chemo.
Right, we need moderation in
You're
here.
avoiding.
Where are the
You're
mods?
avoiding because you made a crazy claim. You made
There are
an
no mods in here at
outlandish
the
claim.
moment. This
Gotta
is
remember,
terrible.
they think they come from monkeys. Their great great granddaddy was a monkey, and then that monkey lost its hair.
Right, we need a mod in here. There were no mods in here.
they're monkey humans or something.
Your mod, you can shut Dave up. Your mod, KIMO.
No, but I'm participating, so...
You're a mutated monkey, aren't you?
Apes aren't monkeys, David. Chill the fuck out.
But what we're trying to figure out is how these monkeys...
David's right, though. David's right. David is right.
No, David is not right.
Wasn't
You're a
right
bunch of
once.
monkeys. You're a
There's
bunch
no
of
moderators in here. We need a moderator.
We need to see your picture of your mutated grandma.
Mutated dumbass. That's what you are.
So, Chaiki, do you concede now then that life was created? If not, if you're not conceding, Chaiki, then tell me the process how life came about when there was no life. What's the process?
The process of chemistry. There.
Yeah, what is that process?
Can you
replicate
create
it?
a world, can you?
No, we
You can't
cannot,
replicate
Uncle
God's
G.
work. So if it is just
Well, actually, no. Actually, they have.
I think it's a very sad thing that you fucking think someone can create the world with OG, or that you put someone up to the standard of evidence.
Amino acids were created in the lab.
We're still at a point. We're still at a point where we need you to show us your God, KIMO.
No, that's the point, right? Chaiki, listen to this. They want me to tell the process of God. If I know what I'm talking about, I must deliver
Well,
the
you want us
process.
to do the process of fucking Big Bang? You show
So,
us the process.
Chaiki, the same goes for you. If you know how life came about and it wasn't created, what's the process? Can you
Nothing
replicate
is
it?
created. Life wasn't created.
Okay,
We haven't
fine.
seen-
What's the process?
We haven't seen a single thing created. All we see is things turn from one form to another. That's all we see. KIMO.
What's the process then for that?
And even if you go bake this cake, he still had to have the materials to make it.
Okay, Chaiki, no life, Big Bang, all life. What's the process?
You don't. Chemistry.
Pardon, you don't
There is
what?
no natural process.
No, we don't know.
No.
There's only God, and that's what you need.
I have no idea.
Paranoid
Transferring
delusions.
religion into this
It's the
discussion
natural
because that
process.
really makes a difference.
Chaiki, what is the process for life?
KIMO, didn't he answer you already? Are you going to fucking keep asking?
No, he hasn't answered it. He said...
And I also told you that amino acids were created in lab
Okay.
without any life form to create them.
Okay.
Just chemicals, electricity, heat. That's all they needed.
What, and they created life?
No, they created amino acids.
Yeah,
which
so
is
that life? That's life, right?
that's what makes life. Yes.
All those amino acids and stuff to line up properly, and you can have life.
Yeah, so did they create life, Chaiki, is what I'm asking.
Yes.
Hurry up and get to
You made
hurry,
all
up and
things,
get to, hurry up and get to the monkey part.
So that
Up
point...
a few billion years. Yeah, that'll make it easier to understand.
So, Chaiki, those amino acids turn into what?
You.
Monkey.
New what?
You.
I can't
Why?
understand what you're saying.
So he's asking for what the amino acids. The current hypothesis is that the amino acids, given enough time, were through chemistry developed into RNA. RNA developed into DNA. DNA into other single cell organisms, and those single cell organisms eventually developed into multicellular organisms.
When has this
That's
ever
it.
been? When has this ever been observed?
But Kibo
the
wants to
amino-
believe a magical sky daddy, so we can't help him.
Or you want to believe in
There's a bunch of other processes. There's a bunch of other processes that occur simultaneously, such as lipid bilayers just happening to be formed and whatnot. That's something that they have actually reproduced in a lab and protocells that have reproduced and searched for food. These are basic life functions that they have reproduced in a lab.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah,
Okay.
protocells.
Okay, let's have a look then. When there was no life and then they created life.
They?
Whoever's done this, let's have a look.
Oh.
I think you can just tell us a wild story. We're not going to ask to see it.
Dave, you could look up the word.
As if we're going to believe that you've just made up a wild story and not asked to see it. Let's see this wild, crazy no life.
Let's see your God. Let's see your God.
Right here.
Who's not to say that it wasn't a robotic race of aliens that created life on Earth?
You never, in the course of this discussion, researched the term protocells. Not once.
No,
Yeah, it's
not
like
researching any of that. We're looking for the observation
They
of
can't do it.
evolution.
They don't know how the Earth was created.
And Jake, how can there be aliens when there's no space? Where would they come from?
Yeah, they could be interdimensional travelers that come from another realm.
Possibly. But again, that's
Of course, it makes sense, right, KIMO?
Because we never saw it, then it makes sense.
Yeah, they could zap in and out of into another dimension. That's possible.
Dimension. Other dimension.
Dimension.
Time is not a dimension.
You can't do it. You don't know how to do it.
Dimensions it can come from.
Another dimension, new galaxy, intergalactic
Well,
planet.
Yeah, you don't know where I'm from. I'm from the
Here's an
heavens.
article on here, Chemo. This is what you're looking for. Here's an article on protocells and self-replication. I haven't read it myself.
Look, again, this is similar to the Cavendish in a vacuum. They write about their theories. They never produce their results.
These are results. They're right here.
So,
So you're going to deny unseen. I see.
What we've learnt today is that the Earth was around before the Big Bang. Never knew that. And
Negative.
that's what Chaiki said. And Moya agrees
No.
with it.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You said, yeah, that sounds right.
I said in a fashion.
Yeah, the Earth was around before the Big Bang.
In a
matter
fashion.
that makes up
In a
the Earth.
fashion. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, you think that the Earth was around before the Big Bang.
The matter that makes up the Earth. It's an important distinction. Don't ignore it.
So, how do you imagine the Big Bang? Do you think there's just blackness or no blackness, or what color are we looking at for the Big Bang?
I really can't describe that because everything is in one place. All light, all energy, everything is in one place. Sort of like
is it white light or is it dark? What color are we looking at? Give me a visual.
Well, I don't know if you could have color.
You can't possibly have eyeballs. It'll ruin your day.
I'm asking you, how do you imagine it for the Big Bang? Is it pure white or pure black?
I don't
or
imagine
a mixture of the both.
Oh, you don't know how to put
I
energy
told
into
you.
a container and make the Earth like I did?
Timo, I told you don't know how physics work on those conditions yet.
No, but I'm asking, what colors do you think? Were there colors?
Anyway, because there's supposedly no space, and in order to have color, you have to have wavelength.
So there was no color. What is wrong with you guys? There was a color or no color. So there was no color before the Big Bang.
Timo, there was no electromagnetism.
Was there any
no
colors before the Big Bang?
What?
What color was it? What was the color before the Big Bang?
Like I told you,
The
we
thing
just
to keep
know
in
the
mind,
physics at that time.
I'm talking about
there
colors.
was time,
Colors,
and you know
Jake.
it.
Do you understand colors?
Color.
Yeah, do you understand colors, Kimo?
No, that's what I'm asking. Was there no colors before the Big Bang?
And how do you can ask what was there no color if you don't understand colors?
That's what I'm asking. Was there any colors
Like
before
17
the
more
Big Bang?
times.
No. What is color first?
Because then you can be a nightmare. Then you can be a nightmare walking, psychopath talking.
Were there words, like we're using words now, information, were there words before the Big Bang?
Regardless of what you think came before the Big Bang, the universe we're in right now had a beginning point. If there was something before it, it's irrelevant. What we're in now came from that point.
But I'm asking before that. Chaiki said the Earth was before that point.
What?
Exactly. Don't save him now. No one save him now. This is what he said, doofus. Before that point was the Earth. Okay? And that's what we're talking about. Why Chaiki said the Earth was around before the Big Bang.
Yes, we know.
Because Chaiki said, doofus, the Earth has been around forever. Always been here.
Let somebody talk.
We know hydrogen turned into helium.
Well, Chaiki, doofus, I'm trying to understand your point. Okay.
They can't create the Earth. They can't do it.
Make two words out. Kimo, I told you that's your problem. You never listened in school. That's why you don't know anything.
Well, you said the Earth was always here.
Turn to other things. We know. So, no. Earth was not Earth. Back then, it was something else.
But you said it was still Earth.
No, what made Earth was here.
Ah, so that thing that was making Earth was before the Big Bang.
In some form or another. I don't know.
Yes, that's what you said, doofus. Before that point, there was stuff, colours, matter, energy, everything before that single point.
No.
I can't even break
Listen
out.
to him now crying, no, when you just said that for the last half an hour. Now you know the professionals are here, Chaiki. You look silly. Because they're all like, what? What is he on about? What is he talking about? Go on then, Chaiki. Go on, backtrack now then. We'll give you a chance to impress your peers.
Let's go back to flat Earth. Because this is really not for you. Yeah. First understand what flat is, what curved is, and then we can move on to the Big Bang. Okay? Step by step. Not jump to the Big Bang.
And that's where we are, doofus. He said the Earth was always here before the Big Bang, and now he's making a big boo-boo.
You said God was here before the Big Bang.
Why can't you do
He's
it? Why
doing
can't
it
you
again
create it?
before the Big Bang. And Doofus explaining that was a single point.
God was here before Earth.
You're blowing Doofus's mind. Doofus is like, well, hold on, there's a single point, and he's saying there's all this stuff before that single point.
God was here always. God would create a disc, a flat Earth. Wow, what a big guy. That's all he can do. Our God makes
do
the
it.
universe.
You don't know how to create the Earth. That's why you don't know how to do it.
Peace of mind. You have no means of discussing the content of this discussion that we're talking about right now. You have no place in it.
Doofus, you can't
Well, he
save
said
him
the
there.
Earth was created before the Big Bang.
Yeah.
Now what he said was the matter that makes up the Earth now has existed in some form sometime before now.
Before that single point.
Nothing was created.
It cannot demonstrate that.
It could have been. It may not have been. Whatever came before the Big Bang, that single point
And
is
that's fine. He may not be able to demonstrate what was before that. But you can't demonstrate your fucking creator either. That's been the
You're
whole
delusional.
point.
You're delusional.
Then demonstrate it. Demonstrate your creator to be true.
God is faith
may
and
not be able to
religion.
even
Are you saying the Big Bang is
Don't
faith?
save him, Chemo. Don't save him, Chemo. If he's going to sit here and make these claims about one person, then at the same time saying he can demonstrate his shit, then demonstrate it. The best you got is the calming
Demonstrate
delusion.
what?
Go
The
for
flat
it.
Earth?
It's
No,
what the
demonstrate
religious talk there.
Demonstrate the flat Earth for you?
Demonstrate your creator.
I'm right here. I'm sitting on it. It's the flat Earth. We're on it.
Go demonstrate your creator. That isn't what I said.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. It's the flat Earth.
Demonstrate your creator.
You're looking at the creation, he's saying.
No, he's not. Chemo.
No. Stop trying to save him, Chemo.
He's saying a demonstration of the creator is a creation. You can't have a creation without a creator.
That's not a demonstration of the creator. That's a demonstration of a fucking table.
Of the creation, yeah. From the
Creation of
creator.
circular reasoning.
So that's not demonstrating the creator.
Go back on mute, virtual reality. You're useless.
Always has been. Back when he was named Peace of Mind.
Oh, it's that faggot. Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's peace of mind. Okay. So KIMO, are you up for the same standard of evidence that you require for us to demonstrate your creator?
Okay, let's demonstrate.
Come on.
Yeah, it's in you. Can we demonstrate what's in your heart? No, don't be silly. Spiritual thing, pure. It's all about the spiritual world, not the physical world.
Okay, so you believe, but you cannot demonstrate to be true on the same level that you require us to demonstrate things like the our understanding of Big Bang cosmology.
KIMO.
I didn't realize the Big Bang was
KIMO,
spiritual.
I'm pretty sure on multiple occasions you've demonstrated that your heart is full of deception, lies, and bullshit. So we can demonstrate what's in someone's heart.
Oh, yeah, that is
How
true.
has that been demonstrated?
Every time you lie about someone,
By asking
the
the
vile
question.
shit that you say
Asking questions
about
is
other
lying.
people.
That's a lie.
No, hold on, KIMO.
You're not asking questions.
Because every time that you say some form of evidence has not been presented, especially to someone's face that has presented that evidence to you, that is a lie.
No, because we have to correct you. That's
every time.
That's your opinion.
Yeah, the Earth has been observed and measurably flat. So
Go ahead, Rumi. They're not letting me speak, Rumi. Maybe
welcome to flat Earth.
Someone who has
Remember, you're on the Earth and it's flat.
Peace of mind. Someone who has gone out and made damn sure that the Earth is not flat can show you the same thing to be true, that it is not flat. You haven't decided to actually go out and measure the thing. You don't know.
And every time you say someone said something that they didn't say, KIMO, that is inherently a lie.
Like what, for example?
When you purposely leave shit out.
Like what?
Like you said, Chaiki said X
was here.
Whatever
Earth was-
fucking.
Chaiki said the Earth was always here. Always here means always
when you
here.
purposely leave out the
And
next
you
part.
left out the part in some
The
form
words
or another.
always means always. Like we
Hold
said,
on.
God
Hey,
was
KIMO.
always here.
Hey, KIMO,
So there's
you're
no
not just
lie
gonna
here.
keep
If
going.
Chaiki said the Earth
lie,
was
KIMO,
always here,
the
then I
lie,
said to him
KIMO,
before the Big
lie,
Bang,
KIMO,
and then he
the
said
lie,
yes
KIMO,
in some
was
form.
the very
He said
reason
yes
you
in
left
some
the
form.
other part out.
Right, I'm not talking to you.
That it was here and it was created.
No, you're talking. You're just keep talking while just so no one else can get in your lie and demonstrate that you did lie. When you purposely leave out the next part of the sentence that someone says, that is the lie. Because you purposely, even upon being corrected, left out the next sentence.
Even the next sentence is the same sentence.
Yeah, the matter that makes up here.
You read two words and say, well, I don't need to read the whole paragraph. Why do I need to read the whole paragraph? The
You're
two
mad.
words at the beginning is enough. Shut up, little G. I told you. When you
mad.
have something to say,
The Earth
Taylor.
is flat.
Wow.
It is observably not flat. It is also measurably
You
not
need
flat.
something to cover it up.
That's also not true.
Hey,
'cause we
peace
can
of
observe
mind
and
is
measure
just
a
like
vacuum up there.
peace of mind is just like a fucking parrot that you taught him a couple catchphrases. Earth is flat.
No, call him little G. Little G.
Need a dome.
What's worse than that? Because he always says that a certain subject matter expert does not know about the subject that they're talking about. And then when questioned on
you need to
the
cover it up. You need to cover it up.
And
The
then
flat
when
Earth is
question-
something that
Hold
you need
on.
to cover up.
No, shut your face.
I understand.
And then when questioned on that same subject that he claimed the other person didn't know about, suddenly he's got nothing to say.
Well,
yeah, you need to cover it up. You need to cover it up. The flat Earth, you need to cover it up. Exactly.
Right, who's making those animal noises?
That's the pinnacle of flat Earth
Yo,
science.
stop making those
Deny
animal noises.
everything and make shit up.
What's wrong?
No, there's
What's
no
wrong?
rule that says I
What's wrong?
can't. If I want to make fun of him while making animal noises, I fucking can.
You are disrupting the conversation. Stop making animal noises.
Really? Every time he comes in and goes, "Earth is flat," he's disrupting.
Right. You're disrupting the conversation with those animal noises. We're not animals.
He seems to be disrupting it without animal noise.
You are intellectuals around the intellectual table trying to figure out.
The flat
KIMO,
Earth
what
has you
is
shook.
intellectual about this bullshit?
It has you shook. And you need to cover it up. The flat Earth, you need to cover it up. It has you shook. So hard off this flat Earth.
For a year, I know him. He
demonstrate to you.
You need to hide it. You need to go around and hide behind the corner because you know that it was created.
That's paranoia.
And it's flat. And it's completely flat.
That's
And you know it.
You're just
And you're just
paranoid.
trying to cover it up. You're just trying to cover it up.
All you do is.
Hey KIMO, hold on a second, guys. Because just a moment ago, KIMO was crying about he needed moderation to control Dave. And then you're gonna mute me because I fucking made an animal noise. KIMO, hold yourself to the same fucking standard. Oh, you are an animal.
We are not.
You're a disingenuous, lying piece of shit animal.
Okay, but let's not make animal noises. We're not children.
Oh, I'm allowed to.
Yes, but
there's no rule.
You are being disruptive.
Your boy's being disruptive every time he comes in and squawks like a fucking parrot.
You need to hide. You need to go around over the side in the corner. You need to hide. You need to run away because you're scared and you're shook of the flat Earth.
See, there you go. See, there was a conversation happening between there and your boy disrupted. But you're not going to fucking mute him, KIMO.
Not making animal.
So when you hold your... I don't give a fuck. He's disrupting the conversation, which is the exact excuse that you use to try and mute me.
You just need to run and go around because you know it's flat.
Are you going to stop that? Are you going to get your disruption, KIMO? Come on. Get your disruption, KIMO. Get your fucking disruption, KIMO.
You're too biased, KIMO, and it's showing.
Not biased.
It is fucking biased as fuck. I was talking to you I was talking to you in a calm manner, demonstrating your fucking lies. And then your boy jumped in, disrupting the conversation. But you didn't hold him to the same standard.
You need to hide from the flat Earth.
There you go, KIMO. I'm waiting for you, and your boy's fucking disrupting again like a child.
You're having 85% of the time right now.
No, I don't, because I literally been here less than 1 hour.
No,
so don't
now,
fucking try
right
it,
now, the time right now, you are having at least 85% of it.
No, the time right now has been will be all of today, and no, I won't.
And in here,
another lie.
I'm talking the time right now. Right now, as we're all talking, you have the majority of it.
No, actually, I don't.
You ask a question, and
Plenty of other people
let the
have.
person respond to your question.
Really, because your boy fucking interrupts, so I gotta stop and tell him to shut the fuck up while he's coming in and squawking like a fucking parrot. These little catchphrases.
Not animal noise.
Matter, that's not what you
Yeah,
said.
he is.
Or you muted him for. You said.
Can we get back?
Can you keep your own standard?
Did he make animal noises like an animal?
No.
You said.
No.
It has you shook.
He didn't make animal noises.
There's nothing in the rules that says I can't fucking make an animal
you can't. I'm saying, but you're disrupting the present conversation.
No, you did. You did. No, I didn't.
Like I just said, 85%. When I'm trying to respond, you're making everyone shout because you won't let people respond. You're trying to wade in, and I'm saying there's no rule against animal noises. But
there hasn't. That hasn't happened.
If you're disrupting the conversation,
the only time I have to raise my voice is when your fucking parrot comes in and talks over me, or talks over someone else.
This won't do.
Right, control your fucking bitch.
What are we doing here?
control your bitch and we can have this conversation where no one raises their voice.
Again, that's not even the issue. You're doing it when someone else is talking, so they can't speak.
Have y'all got to the monkey? Have y'all got to the monkey part yet?
We'll get to that.
Have you got to that?
These are not rules.
The only time I've had to raise my voice is when you or your bitch is fucking over talking someone else.
Your voice, nothing wrong with even an animal noise.
Well, apparently you did.
Not while someone else is talking.
Your bitch wasn't talking when I fucking made animal noises. There was no. So you're backpedaling. So it wasn't that I made the parrot's noise. It's because I interrupted your bitch that actually make
a noise like your great grandpa did. Like, let's hear you do that one. Can you do your great grandpa?
Are you really that fucking retarded, David?
We can't be hypocritical now. You're going to have to go on silent because it's just pure disrupt. Now people join listening, and all they hear is a zoo. They're going to think, well, hold on a second. Did I join the intellectual discussion that I thought I was joining? Or am I listening to a bunch of animals who know no better? Got to remember, there are people listening on the outside.
There's no intellectual conversation with you, Chemo.
Well, we're
so
trying
you
to
might as well just be making animal noises.
We're
trying to drag it down.
We're trying to get there. We're trying to achieve some kind.
You're not trying shit. You're just trying to troll, and this is like your only platform and your actual significance in your life. Nobody gives you this much attention in real life, so you can't come here to get that significance.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the only platforms that allows free speech where we can come together and discuss the finer details.
Not. Shut the fuck up. None of your YouTubes have been taken down.
The finer details of the shape of the Earth. So yeah, this is one of the very few places, if not the only place, where
your persecution complex doesn't look good on you. It's pathetic as fuck, dude.
Where we can come together and try to figure out why we were lied to about the shape of the Earth.
That's why.
So, for example, we've been lied to.
You don't look good as a victim. Well, maybe you do. I don't know.
Again, it's not about me.
You can keep playing the victim, but nobody here feels sorry for you and your free speech.
I hope not. I hope
last platform to talk about the flat Earth and how we were lied to.
Well, absolutely. Where else are we going to express and expose the globe lie?
For a free speech proponent, you seem to mute a lot of people.
Well, that's not speech. They're animal noises.
That's funny.
That's the difference. That's not speech. Moya.
That's just Chemo being a bitch and he's butthurt that people know his real name.
We're using free speech, not free animal noises. I know you understand animal. But right now, we're trying to have that intellectual discussion where we can understand where we live.
Actually, Dave's gorilla sounds is the most intellectual thing I've heard from a flat earther in a long time.
Yeah, people do say that, but we also say that we've outsmarted every scientist, mathematician, physician.
Nobody said that. You said that.
Nobody else says that.
You woke up, but nobody else said that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a growing fashion that the flat earthers...
where's it growing? Where's the growth?
Oh, goodness me, you should see the amount of... Have you seen Everett's channel?
Can you even back up one claim that comes out of your dumb fucking mouth, dude?
Well,
come on.
Have you seen Everett's channel? He produces a new flat earther every single week.
To demonstrate growth.
Hey, Chemo.
To demonstrate growth.
Why do you, again...
Who muted Pure? I wasn't ready to mute him yet. Who muted him? Don't unmute Pure. I'll unmute him in a minute.
To demonstrate growth. Oh my god. To demonstrate growth, you would need to, in aggregate, evaluate the flat Earth movement as a whole. A new flat earther once a week isn't really that demonstration.
But he can't even show that there's one flat earther a week from Everett's channel.
No, that's just Everett, one person. I was about to go through a list.
That's what you fucking claim, dude. Why are you running away from your claims? You said Everett's channel brings one more flat earther per week. Yeah. How can you quantify that and show your evidence? Come on, dude. Back your shit up.
Well, he's just one individual I was going to use as an example. We have Fight the Flat Earth. He had 5 at one time.
You said per week. Now you're running away. Yeah. Show us the one flat earther per week produced by Everett's channel. Go.
Well, you're a ball earther. You can't find any new
Oh my
flat
god,
earthers.
you can't even answer a fucking simple question and back up your own shit.
And Everett is a ball earther, and he's able to find a new flat earther every single week for his channel. So you're the one that's struggling.
Do you want me to repeat the claim for like the 4th time and then for you to run away?
I'm saying you're struggling to see the growth. Okay.
There is no growth. You haven't quantified it. You made a claim that there's growth. Then you made another claim that there's 1 flat earther per week coming from Everett's channel, but you haven't backed up either of those claims. So your claims are thrown into the dumpster fire that is your life and your existence.
Yeah, I'm saying that you're saying that you don't see the growth. You're like, where's the growth? I can't find any flat earthers.
Your claim is that there is growth. Yes. Now you have to back up your claim. I didn't claim that there was no growth. I said back up your claim that there is growth. Do you not know how the burden of proof works, you retard?
But do you disagree?
Holy fucking shit. You haven't shown that your positive statement is true with evidence.
I wouldn't need to because you don't disagree with me. You agree that flat earth is growing.
Your existence live.
We both agree flat earth is growing. Why do I need to provide anything?
Nobody agreed to that.
We both agree flat earth is growing massively, exponentially. Every day there are new flat earthers. We both agree with that.
Said that. Why are you lying about it?
So do you disagree with that?
Nobody said that.
I said that. So you're lying. I said that. I said that we agree.
Why are you talking over me?
I'm trying to explain.
Your claim.
You asked me a question about the growth.
Why are you talking?
I'm trying to explain to you that we have
flat
growth.
Earth is growing.
And do you disagree with that?
KIMO!
Yes.
Your claim
you disagree with that, KIMO.
Flat Earth is growing, and yet you did not show your evidence.
Why would I need to show evidence when we agree?
Why are you talking? I'm almost done.
Okay, go on.
You showed no evidence, therefore your claim is thrown into the dumpster fire that is your life and your existence.
So do you disagree that flat Earth is growing?
You have to back up your claim that it is growing.
Yes, I disagree.
But
KIMO.
you don't disagree, so I don't have to back it up.
I disagree.
Holy shit. Wow.
As long as we agree
you
that
have
it's
no
growing.
idea how any of this works.
Yeah. I tell you that it's growing, you say, I agree. That's how it works.
Nobody said that. No.
But do
you
disagree?
say it's growing, and then I say, show me the evidence.
Why would I
then
show you
don't
evidence? Do you
evidence,
disagree?
Then your positive statement is thrown into the dumpster fire.
Why would I show you evidence? Do you disagree or something?
Why would you show evidence for your own claims?
Yes, because you don't disagree with me. Or do you?
The agreement or disagreement of a claim has nothing to do with whether or not you need to back it up.
Why would I have to back it up? You agree. We both agree flat Earth is rising. What do we need to back it up for? We agree.
Why do you have to back up your claims? Wow. This is Flat Earth 2021, boys.
The reason why I would back up my claim...
why would I need to back up my claim?
Because someone doesn't believe you. That's why you
was a
back
little
it up.
bitch. Why do I need to back up my claim?
Because someone wouldn't believe you. That is why.
No.
But you believe me that it's growing. You don't disagree,
No.
right?
No, that's a lie.
Oh,
When
you
did I say
disagree.
that I agree.
So it's not growing, is what you're saying.
No, the null hypothesis is null until you've proven your evidence. Your statement is a positive claim that you have
And
no
you positively
evidence
agree
for.
with me.
Why would I agree with something that has no evidence?
Because you can
You
see
might operate on that with your God and your flat Earth.
You
but
can
I don't
see that
operate
every
on
week.
on that. Why are you fucking talking over me?
Because you asked me a question.
Bro.
You can see that every week Everett has
Settle
a
the
new
fuck
flat
down.
earther. And that's
Why
how we
would
know.
I agree with something that has no evidence? Your claim is a positive claim that you made
So
without
you
evidence.
disagree then, is what I'm asking.
Therefore, you have to show your evidence.
Because-
All I'm asking for is your evidence.
Because
If
you
have
disagree.
evidence, I might agree with you.
Well, that's what I'm
not
trying to
gonna
find
agree
out
with your
first, if you
bullshit.
disagree or
Why are you
agree.
talking?
You
I'm
asked the
not going to
question.
agree with you until you've shown evidence. So
That's-
where's your evidence? And then I might have an agreement or a disagreement.
Okay. So go to Everett's channel and you will see the new flat earthers that he's putting on his channel and the rise of the flat earth.
That's not evidence.
Well, why?
Because he found different people each week or even the same people, doesn't mean that they're new flat earthers. They might be new to him in his sphere of making fun of you retards, but that doesn't mean that they're new or that they were converted by him.
I didn't say that. They're new to you. You said it's not growing. We're showing you people every week. That's growing.
No. If you have 100 rubber ducks and you find one every week, does that mean that there's a brand new one, or there was always just the base of 100? Like, how would you know either way?
If you got 100 ducks and you get a new duck every week, it means you're growing.
Oh my god, it's like talking to a toddler, man.
You're on this channel, so that means you're a Glober.
Anything else, Cosmos? No. I don't know why you try to outsmart and outwit a flat earther.
What did you say?
You're an imbecile. You're an imbecile. You have no evidence of your claim. Okay.
Cosmos.
You'll never be able to outsmart a flat earther, especially me, for one. I don't know why you bother trying.
Claims.
Okay.
I made 0 claims.
Run along. And
you failed to back up
even
one simple claim.
Wow. You're way out of your league here, Cosmos.
Yeah, okay.
Way out of your league.
All right, Dick. Thanks, man.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Exactly.
Never argue with the stupid. They'll beat you with their experience.
I know.
Sit down,
Plus,
little
he's just
boy.
a troll. He's just a Poe troll,
Stop
man.
crying now, little boy.
All day.
Sit down. Gotta
Of course, you little boy,
go.
I bet you're older
Tried.
than him.
I just come here to laugh.
I don't know what they put in your drink to make you think you're all hyper today.
My drink.
You're brave today. Good try. We'll see you again in 6 months.
Yeah. You failed to back up your claims, and then you claim victory like an idiot.
Back.
Well,
Did you playing chess?
We just went through, didn't we? If you have 100 ducks,
it was.
I had to take a shower.
If you have 100 ducks,
Yeah, at least you're feeling dirty, doesn't
and you
it?
get a new duck every week, your ducks are growing, Cosmos.
No, not if there was just 100 to start with. You'd have to show that there's 101, 102, 103. Do you think that Everett knows every single flat earther?
No, that's why I said he's...
Or is there just a base amount of you?
Oh, you're learning. Good boy. Not just
Well, it
Everett.
seems like Google Trends doesn't agree with you.
He's extra patronising tonight, isn't he?
I know. He's all riled up.
No one's riled up, Cosmos. You're the one that's riled up.
What do you keep calling me? Cosmos? What
Cosmos,
the fuck are you talking about?
That's how I know you as Cosmos.
Cosmos. I've never been named Cosmos
cloud.
in my whole fucking existence on the internet, you idiot.
Okay, sure it wasn't Cosmos.
Cosmos.
Spacious
Cosmos.
gas cloud.
What the fuck are you talking about? dude?
Cosmo, Cosmos, whatever. Cosmonaut, whatever.
That's not my name, is it?
That was your name.
Prove it.
No.
All right. Then more claims without evidence. Good work, dude.
KIMO doesn't prove things. He just makes baseless
We don't need
assertions.
to. We both agree.
I know. Like claims don't need evidence. KIMO 2021.
Not when we agree. No.
Not when
Nobody's
we
agreeing with
agree.
you. Well, I haven't heard anybody agree with you.
I know. No,
Cosmos-
like literally nobody
Cosmos
agreed with
agrees
him.
all the
And
time.
he needs somebody to be on his side to make his argument. So he just invents it.
Yeah.
Well, as long as we're in agreement, Cosmos, that's no problem.
What are we in agreement with? First of all, my name's not Cosmos.
That KIMO's a fucking idiot.
That's what
KIMO, do you agree?
That's
Do you
what
agree
Bev
with me?
calls you, right?
KIMO's a fucking idiot. Do you agree with me?
No, I agree that Bev calls you Cosmonaut.
Do you agree with me that KIMO's a fucking idiot? It's a yes or no question.
Possible. Anything's possible, right?
So you do agree with me?
Could be. You could
All
be
right.
right.
All right. All right.
All right.
We got somewhere today.
Of course we are. You're talking to me.
All right. So you agree that KIMO's a fucking idiot? Okay.
Could be. Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
I don't need to back up my claim because we're both in agreement,
We
right,
both
KIMO?
agree. Both in agreement.
There you go.
All right. No need to back it up. It is
We
here
got there in the end.
in stone. KIMO's a fucking idiot.
Are you learning?
So is there any proof of the globe yet, guys?
Not yet, no.
It's loads, but
Well, another sad day for the globe earthers, I guess.
That's why
yeah.
Cosmonaut is upset, yes. One of those days.
I heard that. I just joined and people are yelling. So
Yeah, nobody's upset. This is just entertainment. This is free entertainment.
Why
This is entertainment. I do agree with you.
So why are you
hello.
crying then, Cosmonaut? You'd be laughing.
Mate,
The
what?
clouds are clearing. I could have an ISS sighting tonight. Oh, that's cool.
No, evidence of a
There's
globe.
proof of a globe Earth. I'll watch the ISS come over.
Nice.
The minus
Okay,
4.1
that doesn't mean the ISS is in space. You donut.
You're calling me a donut.
Yeah, you're a big old donut. You think the
Oh.
ISS is in space?
And you think it isn't?
No, it's called a high altitude weather balloon.
A high altitude weather balloon moving at 17,100 miles an hour. That's impressive.
You don't know how fast it's going. It's all relative.
Okay, whatever.
The farther an object is, the faster it looks like it's going. You should know this in physics.
B-boy, your mic is really, really low, by the way.
Sorry.
That's why I was having trouble hearing you earlier, mate.
See, planes aren't going that fast, but they look like they're going that fast. But the farther they get...
I know what planes look like. I lived under the flight path of the two biggest air bases in the UK. So, yeah.
I'm not saying the ISS is a plane.
No, because it isn't, clearly.
Yeah, I know. It's a weather balloon.
That's why weather balloons move slower than aircraft, and you think it's a weather balloon.
Well, you don't know how fast it is. It doesn't look like a weather balloon. It doesn't look like a satellite.
It's currently passing over southern Australia at 4.75 miles per second.
Well, you don't know how fast it's going because you can't point a speedometer up at it.
It's doing 4.75 miles per second at an altitude.
According to your religion, it's going that fast, not by mathematical measurements, because you can't point a speedometer at it.
Fuck me, you're as thick as two short planks, aren't you? That's how you measure speed, is it? You point a speedometer at it. Right.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh.
That's the only way you can measure speed.
By pointing a speedometer at it. Wow, that is impressively dumb.
Hey, you're the one who believes this story, not me.
Tasmania. Look at that. Anyone listening and they're in Tasmania, it should be nice and dark and hopefully not cloudy. And
so, is there like any evidence that?
Seconds.
Is there any evidence that this object that's in the sky wasn't, in there before like the 50s?
Yes, because I only started building it in 1999.
They started building it in 99?
Yes.
And lo and behold, a new one actually showed up recently. A new space station.
Yes, the first section of the ISS was launched by the Russians in late 1999, and they've been sort of adding to it and building it ever since. And it's all been filmed, photographed, documented, And yes, the Chinese started building.
Yeah, it's been. I mean, Spider-Man's been documented to exist in the Spider-Man comics. Doesn't mean it's real, right?
Nobody said Spider-Man was real.
Yeah, but you guys are using the story to prove the story is real.
Well, I've seen the ISS pass over several times, and on some occasions, twice in one night.
No, you saw a funny light in the sky, and some religious zealot said it was the ISS.
Well,
negative.
You said anything about religion? Fuck me, you really are. I mean, we've had some serious nut jobs in here, but you're a special one.
Look, everybody thinks they're the hero of their own story.
No, I'm not a hero of any story.
You think you're right?
No.
I'm sorry, guys. I gotta.
Think you're an idiot.
Wow. Oh, nearly passed over Tasmania. Of course, Tasmania's not very big.
Look, I mean, we're just slaying all of these globe earthers left, right, and centre. We're still here. We're still ready, waiting for.
And so are we, and so is the Earth.
Not really, farmers. You're
Really?
losing faith.
Oh.
You're losing faith. Globe, not you specifically, but globers.
No,
Globers in general.
they're not. No faith required. We just go by evidence, and all the evidence suggests that the Earth isn't.
Suggest. Well, here's another
Well,
suggestion.
I mean, if you've got some good clear
Another suggestion.
evidence that the Earth isn't a ball, then please present it.
Well,
yeah, many people are saying it's
because none of you have so far. All you've had is denial, lies.
Oh, we have
denial,
you denying that it's
So let's
flat.
think about this, farmers. Originally, they thought the Earth was flat. Then thousands of years later on, they came along and said, we're going to change that idea.
No, they didn't.
Nobody actually measured the Earth. They said, if the Earth is this big...
The Earth
This is a classic example of the reversal of burden of proof fallacy. You must prove that the Earth is actually round, my friend.
I'll tell you what. I've got more important things to do. I'm just going to go and paint the wall and watch it dry.
All right. Well, again, we're very dangerous individuals when it comes to the heliocentric model. Again, we stop at nothing.
Slay.
Yeah, we slay.
Don't
forget another one.
We will be here.
Don't forget tonight. You can actually watch a lunar eclipse.
Look, all of yous will give this up. There'll be no one defending this, I think, in around 3 more years. Give it 3 more years. There'll be no, unless obviously brand new Globers, but I mean, there'll be no Globers willing to debate flat earthers. Because they know by 3 years.
6 years. I think there was lots of people about 6 years ago saying exactly the same thing.
No,
that they would
but
be
I
over
think
in 3 years.
It's more
Guess what didn't happen?
No, it's more mainstream now. So what I'm saying is, if the ballers today are already getting tired, frustrated.
Yeah, they're getting slayed.
So they can't go on for 3 more years of being asked every single day, where's your science? Where's your practical demonstrations? You're going to give up. You're going to say, oh, we know what they're going to ask.
6 years it has been presented.
You got the fight in you.
And for the past 6 years it has been presented only to people who say,
No, that's not what we say.
It is.
It
basically is. Because every single time that you say that you can measure, or that we say that you can measure the Earth yourself with your own tools, you just say, no, you can't.
Look, the dedication is frightening, what you should recognize from flat Earth. We are relentless.
Dedicated to new ideas.
We are relentless.
It's not a new idea. It's a shit
frightening.
idea.
It's
something you can falsify in minutes.
Oh, your
but
globe
you
is a
choose
shit
not
idea?
to.
You're just a stupid flat earth.
Flat Earth is a shit idea.
What are
you
you
can
scared for?
falsify it within minutes. It's something you can measure yourself. It's not a problem.
No one has measured curvature. You don't understand this.
That's a claim that you like to make. But there's so many people, I come in contact with them regularly, that have determined for sure that the Earth cannot be flat.
Not about
I can believe that, Doofus, but your previous one about this you can do it yourself stuff, that just really, you really believe that? You think that there's not going to be any trust, no trust involved?
I've done it. I done it myself using principles of science.
Yeah, trust.
I know exactly for sure that the Earth cannot be flat.
Trusting on others' information that you don't actually know, right?
Negative. The concepts of optics are something that you can independently test and falsify. These are not
right,
things
but then how
that are
can
not
you,
science.
But then how do you know about where it happens everywhere else?
Optics is a field of science, and the materials in our atmosphere make possible for us to determine what way light's going to be bending. It's going to be bending down, makes distant objects appear higher. A flat Earth would appear concave. These are things I've already said before. Nobody seems to address it ever.
I believe all that, but you still have to trust other people's information as far as like where the maps are and stuff, right?
Not to determine the Earth cannot possibly be flat.
Just because of a sunset or something?
I'm not talking about sunsets at all.
Hold on. It seems you're the one who's overly trusting.
Why do you feel bad? Why do you feel bad?
I am trusting. Yes, because originally, like we know, it was an original thought that the Earth was flat. Because like we go back before it was original.
You don't know that. You trusted some YouTube guard that told you that.
Before that, it was a thought like the Earth was just a little bubble around you, and it rendered as you walked into it. They had to have an original thought that the Earth was flat.
I can tell you that there are ancient myths of various bullshit that have all sorts of Earth, like an Earth on the back of a turtle or some shit.
Nah, man. Well, I want to pick
So when you're gonna go, flat Earth was the original idea. You should actually check that.
If people don't need trust, if they don't need anything to have this own globe original idea, if we all can have it on our own based off of the optics that Doofus is talking about, then we all should. If people agree with this and people aren't dissing him and going against him, then we should all piggyback this.
Yeah, that's a very verifiable thing to do. That, and I mean, there's lists full of things that you can do to measure the specifics of the Earth independently, and they're available at a Google search away. But flat earthers will just say, nah, you can't do that. No reason at all.
But how do you satisfy an ignorant mind like myself when I immediately be like, I don't want to talk about stuff on the sky? Is it just stuff on the ground?
We're talking about what you can observe through the air here, local to the ground, sure.
Because if
Like
you're looking
horizon
for
drops?
truth, you're not just gonna. If you're looking for truth, you're not just gonna stop somewhere because you believe that the sky is in a part of the ground.
Right.
You're gonna go wherever you want and wherever you can to find that truth.
Right. It's
So if
just
someone says-
weird, man. When one guy thinks it's so easy, right? And he's a smart, rational dude. Doofus he's a nice guy, smart dude. And then he has like, it's so easy. And a lot of us know that, okay, the globe earth should be the conclusion, but to say it's just easy and then you could do it yourself, that's a different thing, right? So I'm just like, okay, do we?
No, I want to ask you.
Okay.
No, it really isn't. It's super easy. It really is that easy.
I mean, I could believe you. I'm just saying it's a
We
different
say,
thing than just
we
saying
say,
flat
we
earth
say
is
he's
crazy.
nice. He's nice but dim. John. Not getting.
Well, maybe I'm saying on that point. I kind of felt like that. That's why I spoke up. I'm saying, do you really? I don't know if I feel the same way. I know I couldn't to myself. I would need to be educated more. I would need to be like, wait, you really got to give me more information because right now, I kind of like the sky looks like the ground. Like sometimes horizons, ocean, water. Like sometimes, but really, do I know?
You're suffering from.
Well, you just have to go to the model that makes the least assumption.
No, we don't use models. Reification.
Yes, we do.
You don't use models because you can't make one that works, KIMO. That's why you don't use models.
The reason. That's precisely the reason flat earthers don't use models, because they can't make one that fits reality.
Neither can you. You have to make a globe one. That's not reality.
What the fuck do you think Google Earth is?
Here, KIMO,
A working map.
That's a model.
That KIMO.
That's a model used by flat earthers very often.
By the way, even the black swan observations with the distances to the oil rigs come directly from Google Earth.
Yeah, they're thirsty to be flat earthers, KIMO. If we have a model, right, science would latch onto it if it worked.
Yeah, but they want a model for their peers.
Yeah,
Not for
right.
themselves.
Let's be honest and admit it's a good thing to want that. Come on.
What would happen, Don, is if you presented the model, you would get instantly debunked when people would show that doesn't match reality, and then you would learn to say the catchphrase, "Oh, we don't have a model."
That's
what would happen.
That's been the standard pattern up till now, right? But if that didn't happen, right, if you couldn't debunk it, right, then science would latch onto it. Let me make sure.
Don, you'd have to have a whole
Right,
new
but that model would have to make.
What's so hard about a flat earth model?
Oh my goodness, that model would have to make quantifiable predictions about what we could observe in reality depending on certain conditions. That's something
blah,
that
blah,
flat
blah,
earth-
You'd have
that's
to
something-
rewrite
Don't
math.
blah blah
That's
blah.
something
Nah,
that-
don't blah blah blah
that is
him. I
something-
second what he's
What's so
saying.
hard about a flat
That's
earth
something
model?
that, oh my god, that is something that no flat earth model to date has been capable of doing for arbitrary observations here on Earth.
Yeah, because you need a whole new branch of mathematics to make flat Earth.
Y'all want to label yourself, man? Y'all be careful, man. Y'all be careful. Being interested in something and saying you're in something is two different things.
No, that's a totally different concept.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
That the flat earth measurements don't line up and that the earth being flat is completely different.
KIMO, can you hear me?
You're trying so hard, man.
I can hear you, Chris, just about. Bromie, are you trying to say something? You're flashing every once in a while.
I just have a quick observation for you, KIMO. Samuel Rowbotham, the instigator of the most recent resurgence of flat Earth, he used the Gleason map as a model to describe what he was doing on the canal.
Yeah. So what?
And
It
his
doesn't matter.
other
It's
models-
flat.
Hold on. Let me
What are you
finish.
trying to say?
Let me finish. So he developed observations that he thought was accurate based off the Gleason map. If we can falsify those, can we falsify everything Samuel Rowbotham said?
Yeah, but that's
And
a map, not a
therefore
model.
his model of the flat Earth is not true.
It's not a model, Chris. It's a map.
Yes, it is. He's got a flat Earth map, and he's developed answers to questions related to that map, which is a model.
A model has predictive capabilities.
Yeah, he uses the map to predict.
Predict what?
Like the flatness of the canal, how far away the sun and moon are from the Earth, and other things. Maybe you should actually read his book.
Yeah.
Then you would know that I'm not lying to you.
So he makes predictions, yeah?
Yes, he makes predictions. That's what his whole book is about. Based off the Gleason map,
Give me,
he makes predictions.
Give me one
about the
prediction
flat
that
Earth.
was wrong.
The how far the sun is from the surface of the Earth.
Well, what did he say? 3,000 miles?
Sure, I don't remember. It's been a while since I've read it, but
Okay, how is that wrong?
less than 10,000.
How is it wrong?
How is it right?
You got to use.
How's it wrong?
Just because he says it is makes it right?
No, I'm saying they would have used triangulation, right? The crepuscular rays.
And which flat earther today has actually done that measurement?
Not today. You're talking about Robotham, right?
I know. But what flat earther today has actually done the measurement of the crepuscular rays to see how far away
You're
the
jumping
sun
all
is?
over the place now. You were just talking about
No,
Robotham.
I'm not. Yes, and I'm relating it to flat earthers today. I'm staying right on subject. So you said he talked about crepuscular rays and that being able to measure the distance to the sun. Which flat earthers today has taken that model and accurately measured how far the sun is off the surface of the earth?
That's what we got. That's what we got people for.
I posted a video yesterday, Chris. Hour and a half long video on the Gleason map.
Perfect. Now answer the question. I don't care about your video. Which flat earther has accurately measured from crepuscular rays the distance of the sun from the earth?
I don't know of any.
Then
really
you can't
wouldn't
use
even-
Gleason map and say that that's correct.
And it really wouldn't take an hour and a half long video to do that.
No, that just explains the Gleason map.
How about reading the patent to the map? That explains it better. It explains perfectly that he projected the globe onto a flat map in the patent to the map.
KIMO, how does he explain the size of Australia on the Gleason map? Like twice the size as Russia? How did that happen?
And also, does he explain the distance between the longitude lines going below the equator?
Did you watch the video?
I don't know distances. I see the size of, without measuring anything, the size of Australia and the size of Russia, and Australia is twice as big. I don't think it is.
You guys are also getting away from a very good point from what Lael was saying when it came to measuring the crepuscular rays. The thing about measuring crepuscular rays is that at any point in time, they will give you a different altitude they will give you a different altitude of the sun, depending on how close those are, or depending on how close the thing that's giving you the crepuscular rays is. The crepuscular rays cannot give a distance to the sun.
Hey Brian, I don't disagree with what you're saying, but I don't necessarily care about. I do care about what you said, but in the way I don't care. My argument is that I just want him to provide one flat earther that has actually made those measurements today. And I don't even think Robotham has, but anyways, KIMO, can you provide that?
Chris, nobody on the earth has made measurements.
Nobody on the earth. Can you correct that and say nobody, no flat earther has ever measured the crepuscular rays and knows the distance to the sun, and therefore
that a
they can't claim
positive
it's only
claim?
3,000.
That is a positive.
Is that a positive claim, KIMO?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody has measured the distance.
But he just told you about someone who did.
Yeah, well, again, is that
Not a
accurate?
flat earther. It's not true flat earther.
We don't know how accurate
I'm pretty
any
sure,
measurement is, right?
I'm pretty sure.
Are you saying that
Ethan-
Samuel Robotham lied that he did them?
No, I'm just saying that if that's what he believes, that's what he believes.
I'm pretty sure that ESA, when they are getting how they're getting their data back from their probe, well, that would lend some evidence to the sun being at least 47 million miles away.
So the probe,
because that's how far the probe is from the Earth.
Where is the probe?
47 million miles from the Earth, if you were listening to me. So the sun has to be at least that far from the Earth.
No, I'm talking about the probe. Where is the probe?
Yes, the probe is 47 million miles away from the surface of the Earth, taking pictures of the sun.
Well,
and the Earth is behind the probe.
Yeah, but how did it leave the atmosphere?
With a rocket.
How did the rocket leave the atmosphere?
It went through the atmosphere because it can take off and use its power to thrust itself past the atmosphere.
Yeah, but then obviously once there's no atmosphere, how's it going to fly?
There is atmosphere. It's just not.
He's trying to get to the point where he thinks rockets don't work in a vacuum. That's where he's going.
Perfect, KIMO. I'm not falling to that.
But you said there's a probe.
Yeah, wait, KIMO. Can I answer?
You
the
invoked
question?
it, Chris. You said a
Can
probe.
I answer the question? Can I answer the question about the rocket really quick?
Mm-hmm.
The proper answer to your question is a rocket has never entered into zero atmosphere. It still has atmosphere. It still has rust, and it can push off particles.
That makes sense.
In
that
space.
makes sense now. So you're saying that there was atmosphere 47 million miles away, yeah?
No, that's not what I said.
Yes.
It's not
putting.
Yes.
The rocket never accelerated at this distance.
No, I'm talking about the probe.
Not even halfway to the moon. No, the rocket accelerated very close to Earth.
Yeah, but the probe,
way before the moon. Yes.
Peace of mind, you have a go. They never let me talk.
No, you never let me.
I know.
They're terrible.
Flat Earth is telling me that there's atmosphere all the way to the moon, so there is no problem there. From there on,
I think I answered it pretty plainly. The reason that the rocket can take off and leave the atmosphere of the Earth is because even, let's say, 75,000 miles from the surface of the Earth, there are still particles of gas and stuff for the rocket to push off. It doesn't completely go away just because they're 75,000 miles from the surface of the Earth. It doesn't go to complete, the pressure gases don't go to absolute zero, is what I'm trying to say, KIMO. You still there? KIMO? Oh, he left. Or someone muted him.
He's still there. Just muted himself.
I can't hear him.
He's not talking. He muted himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's muted.
Okay, I'm here now.
All right, so did you hear what I said?
No.
When the rocket takes up from ground level, which is 14.7 psi, it takes off, and as it accelerates upward, not north, but up, the pressure outside the rocket gets less and less. But never, ever, no matter how far the rocket is from the Earth, will the rocket be in 0 psi. So there is always at least a little bit of resistance that the rocket can thrust off of.
Well, that's obvious, Chris.
No, that's
gas,
not. You
that's
got it all
obvious,
wrong.
Chris, because see,
Don't
I
say that,
can't
Lyle.
talk, Chris. You see, it's one person talks, then another person talks, then another person talks. So, Chris, that's obvious then. If atmosphere is everywhere, which is what we expect with gas filling the space.
I didn't say that. I didn't say atmosphere. I said gas.
Yeah, the gas will fill the space.
Hold on.
We expect
KIMO,
this.
Can
This
you
is
wait a
normal.
minute? I am incorrect in what I stated. Whoever said
you made
I'm
a
wrong.
mistake. Go on
Yeah,
then.
you are.
Right?
The rocket is not thrusting off any of the external gases. It's thrusting off its own gases internal to its own jet fuel.
Get your story
rocket
straight,
fuel.
guys,
think
before you
I think
tackle.
the original point. The original point.
Oh, it's
was
just
that
an honest.
Remember, when you're going against me, you've got to get everything pinpoint, ship shape, and on complete
No.
accuracy. Yes.
the original. The
And it
original
still doesn't
point
matter.
The original point was that you thought the distance to the sun has been met.
Yeah, the original concern is that ESA's probe is 47 million miles from the Earth. And so I know for a fact that if that is true, then the sun is further away than 47
You're all
million
over the
miles.
place, guys.
And I've just posted several examples of how the sun has been.
All right, Chris. You said there's a probe 47 million miles away.
Yeah.
And obviously
You
that
didn't hear what I
probe is inside gas. Gas is around that probe, yes?
Bruno, KIMO, you didn't listen to what I just said.
Go on then.
I said if the data from ESA is correct, from the probe, and it is truly 47 million miles away from the Earth, then that is evidence and fact that the sun has to be further away than 47 million miles. Would you agree with that? If it's true.
Yeah, based on the if, yeah. But did you question where the probe is and how it would get that far away when we can't get past the atmosphere?
Wait, when you say where it's at, are you talking about the coordinates in space of where the rocket or where?
Oh no,
where
just the
probe
height
is?
from Earth. Just the height from the Earth.
It's not 47 million miles high off the Earth's surface. It's 47 million miles away from the Earth.
Yeah, height, yeah?
No, it doesn't have to be straight up 47 million miles.
No, but for somebody on the Earth, it's above their head, right?
Correct. Anything outside the Earth's atmosphere, it would be above their head.
Yeah, for
But that
somebody
doesn't mean-
somebody somewhere on the
it
Earth, it's
doesn't
above their
mean-
head on the board, right?
Yes, but that doesn't mean that the probe itself is 47 million miles straight above the person's head. It just looks to be above because it's outside the Earth's atmosphere, and they have to look up to see that.
Mm-hmm. Listening.
They're not sending probes to space.
It's pretty simple to understand. It's 47 million. Say like the Earth. Picture like a glass, okay, on your desk, KIMO. Now, if you drew a straight line from that glass 47 million miles away from the glass to the person on the surface of the glass, they'd have to look up to see it, even though it's not truly up. It's just 47 million miles away.
Uh-huh. But the probe is above somebody's head, yeah?
Correct, but that does not mean it is directly straight up from the surface of the Earth.
No, but
Just
is it
like I said,
directly
it can
above
be-
somebody's head?
It can be above somebody's head and not be directly above the surface of the Earth, 47 million miles.
I know, but from their head.
Where's
Where's
let
the
me
probe
clarify
at?
what I mean. Let me clarify. When I say above the Earth, what I'm talking about is straight above the northern access point or the North Pole. It is not 47 million miles directly plumb to the North Pole, vertical.
So how many miles away then? How
It's more
high is it?
horizontally. It's 47 million miles horizontally away from the Earth.
Pendulum attack. Thank goodness Chris is yeah, of course. Continue, Chris.
Oh, I think I'm stating it pretty clearly.
Oh
It's
yes,
47
it's
million
pretty
miles
clear.
away.
It's clear, all right.
It doesn't have to be straight up. It could be. It can be horizontally away from the Earth, 47 million miles.
Yeah, but then would it be above somebody's head in that direction?
Yes. It would be directly above somebody's head if it was on that path. If they saw it, they would have to look up to see it. But that doesn't. It can still be horizontally away from the Earth, and they could be looking up to see it because it's 47 million miles above the surface of the Earth, horizontally.
47 million miles away, give or take 4,000 miles from Chris.
Well, that's a moot point, but the point is that if the data is correct, and I'm not saying it's incorrect, KIMO, then the sun has to be at least 47 million miles away, if not further, way further.
Yeah, that's if the atmosphere extends that far.
What does it have to do with the Earth's atmosphere? The data is saying that it's 47 million miles away from the Earth.
No, I know.
If that is true, it has nothing to do with the Earth's atmosphere.
Yes, because you wouldn't be able to have a probe moving around in nothing. Gotta have gas.
Sure as fuck. There isn't nothing.
Gotta have gas there, Chris.
Yes, the gas is just able to spread out more because there's more area for it to be in than the Earth's atmosphere.
Gas fills the space, we know that.
You don't need it to throw it to pocket.
No. Can't show us a rocket operating, flying around a vacuum chamber. They don't work.
I could care less about that. What
Let's
does that
not
have
bother
to do
with
with
that
the
because
probe?
you're not going to be able to provide it. So, Chris, yes,
Chris,
if in your hypothetical world...
Well, we don't need to, Timo, because we don't build rockets to fly in vacuum chambers. We build them to go to space. That's
Yeah,
uh,
enough.
which has...
We're not here to satisfy Timo's curiosity. Send them to space.
Yeah, but Chris has
Space
cleared
is
it up for
big.
us. There is gas
Everything
everywhere.
don't need to clear anything for you. Don't need.
Look,
You
you're
have
just
the right
upset
to
from
remain
earlier on,
stupid,
Chikey.
No, Timo, you have the right to remain stupid if you wish. It's
You're
up
just
to you.
upset about saying the Earth was before the Big Bang. Relax.
No, I didn't say the Earth.
You're lying, you know. That was not the essential statement he made, so you're a liar.
So just calm down, right?
Why, Timo? Why can't you actually tell the truth?
Because 16 billion years ago, the Earth was
It
around.
would break his delusion if he did, and he can't have that happen.
Just calm down,
His
Chikey.
entire sense of self is based on this delusion.
What was his next sentence, Timo?
Only delusion we're facing right now is the
No, it
globe.
was the same sentence. Was the
What was the continuation of the sentence?
Chikey and Moik, you're both too emotional right now because you thought the Earth
Oh,
was
not
before the
emotional.
Big Bang.
Not at all. Timo. I'm relaxed.
Chikey said the Earth was always here.
Are we
Timo.
really going back to that? Are we really going back to that?
Well, I'm just saying to Chikey, he's upset still about it.
Timo's lying
No,
about that.
no, you took his words, you twisted them. Now you have this idea in your head like that's exactly what he said.
I'm taking his words
Can
literal,
we
yes.
somehow get back to the point where you said the distance to the sun has not been measured ever?
By anybody.
Right.
And then
On
Chris
the
said
plane.
there's a probe 47 million miles away. And I'm like, is there atmosphere or gas? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah, but that's a different argument.
There is
Timo. That's a
gases.
whole different argument.
Well, without the gas.
There are gases out.
Yes, the gas
There
there,
are
it's
gases
fine.
out there. There's just more volume for the gas to move around in, so it's more spread out. It's not as condensed as the surface.
Yeah,
of
but
the
it
Earth.
explains how the rocket got there, Chris. That's all.
Necessary.
It's not a rocket. It's a probe.
Without that gas,
But
the
anyways,
rocket's not going anywhere, Chris.
Rockets work in space. Watch it. Rockets.
Rockets
And that-
cannot work without air.
Well, Timo, by that logic, you would then assume that as you got into rarefied air, rockets would perform much worse, right? Like if you got down to 10 to the minus 17, rockets would be like really bad.
They would just spin around. Even if it did manage to light it, it would just spin around like a Catherine wheel.
How would it spin? If you can impart spinning energy, then
It
you
would
can
spin on its
impart-
axis. It would spin on its axis.
How would it spin on its axis? If you're spinning it, then you're imparting acceleration. Therefore,
But there's nothing to push off. What is wrong with you? Got nothing to push off, Moyek, so it would just spin around.
how is it spinning in a
It'd be
circle?
pushing off itself, Moyek. That's why it would spin.
Duh.
What is wrong with you ballers? It's like, I mean, come on. Why do you try to
You're retards. What's
why
wrong
do you
with
try
us?
to like it's like weird way you're trying to get out of it and stuff. You just say anything to get out of this situation that you find yourselves in. Now, obviously, if a rocket...
Moyak, I thought I was pretty clear. There is more volume. There is more volume outside the surface of the Earth, outside the atmosphere of the Earth, for particles of gas to move around in. Therefore, there's not as much pressure. That's pretty clear.
Right, but he's a non sequitur here with this argument because
you gonna wait for the bus. How long you gonna wait for the bus on the moon landing?
If you could find a theoretical place in the universe where there was not a single particle, rocket would still work.
Impossible.
Right.
I
mean, if you measure the square...
All you gotta do is put a Catherine wheel in a vacuum chamber and let's see it spin around.
KIMO, you're asking the wrong question, because if you say rockets cannot work without air, there are rockets in space, therefore there must be air in space. Not that they can't work in space, because they are in space. The conclusion needs to be there is air in space.
But it's not space.
Well, that's what we call...
I tell you, trying to outsmart and outwit me with these silly little things is just a waste of time. Trying to use these silly little mind Jedi tricks games. Oh, if there's air in space, then it can... Well, there's not space then, is it?
Space is
a vacuum.
No. Space is not a vacuum, because space is what? A place where there are not a lot of stuff.
You're suffering from Dunning-Kruger. The experts say it's a vacuum.
There is just not a lot of stuff. We call it space.
That's not what the experts say.
That's why we don't call it a vacuum. We call it space.
No, you call it what you want. The experts call it a vacuum of space.
No, they don't call it a vacuum. They don't say we send rocket to the vacuum
of space.
They say we send them to space.
Yeah, the vacuum.
No, space, KIMO. They use the word space, not vacuum.
That's not what they say. That's what you say.
No, that's what they say. When have you heard someone said I'm going to send the rocket to the vacuum?
We've seen them say that they wear astronaut suits
because they say.
We've seen. I'm about to tell you. If you be quiet. So they
tell me. Show me, KIMO.
So they test astronauts in a vacuum because they're sending astronauts to a vacuum.
No, they test them in a vacuum chamber.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No air in it. A vacuum.
There is air in it. Of course.
A vacuum. They test the suits in a vacuum because they go into a vacuum.
No.
Vacuum meaning low pressure.
Air in it.
So they test it in gas because they go into gas.
And they test it in less gas because they're going to a place where there's less gas.
Is this all the ball earthers on the left on this flat earth plane?
If you
the lowest levels of intellect,
you want to send a submarine.
We're in circles around you guys.
Yeah, we have ships.
KIMO, it's just that you're just purposely not understanding.
We're running circles.
We know the act.
You wear astronaut suits, test them in a vacuum because you're going to a vacuum.
You're just a joke. That's all you
are. If we test a submarine, we test this in water. Why should we test it in deep water when we have water up here? Why should we test it in higher pressure when we can test it in less pressure? Why? Because that's where it's going to. The place where is the higher pressure.
That's right.
Astronauts go to a place where there is less pressure. Yeah. We need to test that everything works in less pressure as we need to, otherwise they die. That's all. There's still air there, but less air.
Yeah, well, like I say, the astronauts test in a vacuum. Like
you said, KIMO.
You just said that's all. I start speaking, you speak over me.
Yes, because you keep repeating your lies. We tested.
Yeah, you're saying that you're repeating a lie, but I'm letting you speak your lies and then responding afterwards.
What lie did I say? Point the line did I say?
You're saying that it's not a vacuum. You can't
Please.
prove that there is air in a
Not a perfect
vacuum.
vacuum. It's not a perfect vacuum.
So show me that there's air in a vacuum.
You mean show you there is air in
You
the
said
vacuum.
there's air in a vacuum. Show me.
Of course there is.
Okay, show me.
The number 10 to the minus 2, 10 to the minus 17, 10 to the whatever is
No, I
what's
didn't
in a
say
vacuum
tell me
chamber.
about it. I said show me a vacuum where there's air in it.
Not a vacuum then. Say partial vacuum.
So show me that then where it's not a vacuum.
You mean a partial vacuum?
Yeah,
Show me
where there's a vacuum where it's not a vacuum. What air is left and how much.
100,000 feet. The pressure is about 1/10 sea level.
Again, you're telling me, show me a chamber where there is still air in it when they've taken the air out.
Show me a chamber where there's no air. That's your claim.
Chamber, because there's still a little bit of air left.
That's what I'm asking you to show me where that little bit is. How much does it weigh?
It's your KIMO. It's your claim that there's no air in a vacuum. You have to show us a vacuum chamber with the zero pressure.
Yeah, I can show you that it weighs nothing.
Show it. Show it.
Okay, let's show you a vacuum chamber.
Yeah, with zero pressure.
Yeah, not a problem.
Yep.
Isn't there no such thing as a perfect vacuum?
Yeah, there is no such thing because it's impossible.
KIMO, if there is a vacuum pump that is connected to the top, yes, connected to the top, how does it suck the air that it's in the middle?
I'm surprised they aren't able to get vacuums better than that. If they use centrifugal force, they should be able to get rid of a crap load more molecules than 10 to the minus 6.
It's a bit hard to use centrifugal force on their vacuum chambers.
Well, talking small scale, like you could take a test tube and spin it up to 1,000 Gs.
Probably have better methods.
And then cryogenically cool it and everything else, and that shit's gonna fall out the bottom of that.
Yeah, everything that will hit the wall will stay there.
Okay, so there's the video. Go and watch that and tell me where the air is in that chamber.
Right in the middle. Right in the middle. That's without.
Yeah, come back in 8 minutes after you made me go and get the video
no
where you said go
pressure
and weigh
gauge.
it. Vacuum on the scales.
There's
Now you
pressure
explain
gauge
to me.
in that.
You explain to me where the air is when he's taking it all out.
How do you know that it's taken all out?
Yeah, you said there's air in there still. Where's
Kimo,
that air?
do you agree
You're
with Action
saying that
Lab?
there isn't.
You said
Kimo,
there
do you
is.
agree with what Action Lab does? Kimo, do you agree with the things that Action Lab does?
You said there's air in there. I want you to show that there's air in there.
No, I'm just asking a quick question. Do you agree with what Action Lab does?
Some of what he
'Cause
does, some of it,
sure they've made
some of it.
I'm pretty sure they've actually shown rockets working in a vacuum.
Some of it, I agree with it. Some of it.
Okay. Fair enough.
So, what we're trying to find out if a rocket can work in space. Do you have evidence for that rocket working in space?
Yeah, I'll just show you another Action Labs video.
Go on, and give us a look.
You've seen it already.
I haven't seen a rocket flying around in a vacuum. Let's have a look.
It's not actually a rocket. It's
But we're talking about
I think
rockets in
it's
a
like
vacuum.
A soda can.
We're talking about rockets in a vacuum.
I think they use like a soda can.
Yeah, but we're talking about rockets in a vacuum.
Well, we're talking about the same effect.
Well, what's that effect?
Using mass to propel something in a vacuum.
Yeah, but that just pushes off the walls of the container.
No, because it moves before it touches the.
Yeah, but without the walls, there is no pressure.
Yeah, but again, it moves before.
How can you tell that? So the slightest
because
going to release gas.
Yeah, It's using mass to propel.
Yeah, off the surface of the walls of the container.
But it's not touching the walls.
So look, can you just show a rocket flying around?
A rocket flying around in a vacuum.
Yeah.
Don't think there's any videos of rockets flying around in a vacuum.
I know, that's what we're saying. How can a
But
rocket fly around a vacuum?
But there are videos showing motion is possible.
Showing what?
Nothing to push on.
Sorry, there are videos of rockets being shown flying around a rocket, flying around a vacuum.
No, there's.
What are you saying then?
So does that prove that rockets don't work in a vacuum? Because you've never seen a rocket.
Yeah, because you can't have a vacuum. Can't have a vacuum without a container, right?
So how do you think rockets actually work? What's the actually? That's a better question. What's the difference between a jet engine and a rocket?
There is no difference.
Really?
Really? What's the difference?
So the difference is a jet engine uses propeller, push the air out the back of it, sucks the air in the front and pushes it out the back. Right? So it's using the air to push it.
Okay.
A rocket engine is using the mass that's ejected from the back of the rocket. It's not sucking the air in the front of the rocket and pushing it out the back.
Do you have an example of this?
It's just ejecting mass.
I know what you're saying, but do you have an example of this?
Yeah. I think Mr. Victory just posted a video of it.
What's
I
that?
have an example of this, Kimo. You should have seen this before.
Yeah, but that's not flying around a vacuum.
Yeah, but it's showing mass being ejected out the back of something.
Yeah, but we know that's going to work because it's
creating a force.
It's in a container where as soon as you release the gas, it's not a vacuum anymore. The gas will fill the space and give you something to push off.
But there is no gas in there.
No, as soon as they open
it's ejecting a mass out the back of the rocket.
As soon as it releases any kind of gas or whatever from the back, no longer a vacuum, and it's got something to push off.
Yeah, because it's using that gas to propel it.
No, it's using the walls of the container.
No, it's using the actual gas coming out of the rocket.
Well, that's why they don't use a bigger container, because it takes too long for the gas to reach the walls of the container.
That's not true.
Well, then show us the rocket flying around a vacuum.
So because you think that video doesn't exist, does that mean that rockets don't work in a vacuum?
I'm saying it's a story that has no proof to back it up. It might exist. Somebody might have a rocket flying around, but no one has ever seen it, witnessed it. Therefore, we have no reason to believe it.
So why don't you just talk about...
I'm sorry, Kosher, go ahead.
I was saying, why don't you just talk about the kick from a shotgun? Because B-Baller's right with comparing it to a jet engine. Those are two different things. But thrust from the kick shotgun and the movement of rocket and vacuum have the same general principle of why they're moving. And it has nothing to do with the air.
Yeah, it has everything to do with the air.
Yeah, I can prove that, Kimo.
Go on, then.
I can prove that.
Go on, then. This is a gift, Kosher.
Yeah, that's right. What's happening in that gift? A gun is being fired in a vacuum and not in a vacuum. And both times it's displaying kick. Same kick I discussed earlier about the shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
That same kick.
Cool. Are they both? Is that in mid? Is that in midair?
It's not attached to the wall. It's not the wall that's moving it.
What's it attached to?
It's to something that pulls the trigger for it.
Is it attached to the floor?
Yeah, it's attached to whatever's pulling the trigger. It doesn't matter what it's attached to. It's producing a kick in that direction.
Yeah, but without the surface.
The direction
without the floor.
What is the surface doing, man? You're just looking for an excuse.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to find out what's it attached to.
I don't think being attached to it doesn't make a difference.
It makes every difference because without the surface, You won't
There's
get
still
that
a recoil.
Yeah, but it needs a surface.
So do you think if this gun was dangling from a string
On a balloon, helium
do you
balloon.
think it would not recoil? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there'd be nothing to push off.
There'd be absolutely no recoil from this gun in a vacuum if it fired.
Hanging, I don't know how you would do it though. You'd have to drop the
Well, you
gun.
could just attach.
You'd have to drop
No,
the
you
gun
could
in a
just
vacuum.
attach. No. You could just attach like a trigger mechanism, like a remote trigger mechanism.
No, it can't be attached to anything. It has to be free of everything. Like in space, the rocket is free.
There.
The rocket is free from everything in space, and you're saying its own mass is giving it the push. So the gun has to do the same thing,
Yes.
free of everything.
No,
Yeah,
you just
exactly.
got to
Hold on, David.
pull the trigger. That's it. Just pull the
You
trigger.
don't have to hold on. He can make a point.
David, hold on a second.
He
Hold
can
on a
make it a
second.
point, Kosho.
Yeah, make your point real quick, David.
I was just going to say the only thing you would need in the vacuum chamber is like a little a wire just to pull the trigger. That's all you need. Even a like a 20, something that just has just a gunpowder in it. Let's see if that works.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that, David. The problem is if you put a gun in midair in a vacuum chamber, the gun will fall to the ground. So it has to be resting on something. It has to be resting on something that's A. B, it needs something attached to it to pull the trigger.
What's up with
That's all it's saying.
Mic check, mic
We
check.
don't. All we care about is if the bullet.
I can hear you now, yeah. Coming through, yeah.
Okay, I just want to try to see if these headphones work. So
all we
you
care
hear me
about
all
is
right?
if the
Does that sound all right?
It's a bit low, but I can hear you.
All right.
All we care about is if the bullet's going to fly or not.
Well, yeah, no. What we care about is the gun gonna display kick in the opposite direction. So the bullet's coming out.
Not without.
But is there gonna be a force in the opposite direction?
Not without the surface.
The bullet's not going to fire. There's going to be no fire to ignite the gunpowder. That's the whole point.
Yeah, but it's happening in that GIF. If you look at the GIF, it's in the vacuum and it's firing.
No, it doesn't fire. That's because of that's just the expansion of the gas filling the vacuum. That's it. There is no power behind it.
David, you can see it happening. It's happening. It's like it's clearly happening.
Yeah, somebody
It's
has
moving,
to pull the
bullets
trigger.
being ejected. Everything's all happening.
Kosho, you failed because without the surface, without anything attached to it, you're not going to get any action. Very simple.
Kimo, that makes absolutely no sense, and that's fine that you.
A
for
rocket
no reason
in
say that,
space is just going to spin around. Okay, explain it in space. How does the rocket move?
In space, you don't need the gun to be sitting on anything.
I'm asking you, how does the rocket move?
And in that case, once the gun's orbiting the Earth, it doesn't have to be resting.
Why don't you
on
answer
the
my
surface.
question?
When you fire the gun in space,
I'm not talking about the gun. I'm talking about a rocket.
The kick is gonna produce. That's produced is gonna propel the gun in the opposite direction of the bullet. The same way a rocket when it ignites its
we're not talking about
thrust.
guns.
The same way when a rocket ignites its thrust in a vacuum and it's orbiting the Earth, it doesn't need anything to rest on.
Slow down.
Slow
down and have a conversation. You're not talking, Kosho. You're just babbling on.
Kimo, stop talking.
So talk then. I'm having a conversation.
I'm in the middle of talking, Kimo.
I'm asking you a question about the rocket.
Yeah, and I'm answering the question.
You're not
Kimo,
answering.
Please stop talking.
You're not answering. I want to know specifically, step by step. My flat earther, you got to say.
That's what I was just doing, Kimo.
To say it slow it down. So the rocket is in space.
Don't speak during when I'm talking, and then it won't be a problem.
Well, you're not answering my question.
Can you hear me now?
Kosho, got the rocket suspended in space. It's not firing. It's just in space. Now.
Yeah, it has nothing to reciprocate with either.
What? What was that?
It doesn't actually do anything anywhere. It's dead.
So we got the rocket in space.
Get to your question, Kimo.
Rocket's in space. Obviously, it's not falling, but it's not firing. It's just in space. We're gonna fire the rocket. Now, explain from that point.
Kimo, I was already there, you jackass.
No, you were on something else.
Kimo, cut it out. The rocket is in space. It's orbiting the Earth.
No, I didn't say that. It's not moving.
KIMO, quit speaking, please.
You're not answering my question. I said the rocket is just in space. Like, it's just that dangling, not moving, just in space in one place. Not moving, not
Here's
orbiting.
What happened. KIMO, here's what happens. It fired the rocket. And now the thrust goes out one end. And the rocket is propelled the other direction.
How? If there's nothing
exactly
to push
opposite of the thrust. The same way that a shotgun when fired will apply
right, I'm not talking about you making
How is it the same way? We just talked about it.
Cut it out.
You're making me shout, Kosho. You're not having a conversation here.
No, you don't need to shout. You just need to stop talking.
Because you're not having a conversation. We're just talking. Don't need to show off. We're just having step by step. Rocket dangling in space.
He literally is, KIMO. You just want to interrupt so you can fucking control the conversation.
No. Hey, dude, I thought we just talked about, just because I just jumped in, I mean, he's bringing up shooting a shotgun. I thought we just talked about how, well, try to shoot that shotgun in a vacuum.
Yeah.
Well, go on then, yes, whatever.
In a vacuum and not in a vacuum. That was the whole point of what we're talking about.
Okay, so can we shoot it in a vacuum to see what would happen? Would the gun work?
I just did that.
You just shot a gun in a vacuum?
I just displayed that. It's in the chat. I know you're catching up, but why don't you catch up and look at the chat and see a gun being fired both in a vacuum and not in a vacuum.
Show the vacuum.
Oh, okay. So what's the reaction in the vacuum? It's exactly